Darkness. Cold. The sound of your hurried footsteps echoing on the metal all around you. The sensation of warm liquid oozing from your now empty eye sockets. The taste of blood in your mouth. The touch of trembling hands lifting you up and helping you move forward. Many things go through your mind as you advance. Faces unknown bring you a sense of warmth and regret. But nothing compares to the random spikes of manic joy that this one feeling brings you. You're getting closer. Closer to the call. The very thing that cost you so dearly. The very thing you are willing to sacrifice it all to. You think of your wife. You think of your brother. You left them behind where it was safe. And you start to realize you'll never see them again. But it doesn't matter. You've gone too far to turn back. The call resonates through your skull, and you will answer. You shake your head. Those thoughts, they're not yours. Your cognition knows it. But something tugs at your instincts. Some animalistic, primitive part of you wants desperately the memories to be yours. You chase the visions away. You try to focus, but they creep back into your consciousness like a tumor growing within your brain. You chase the visions away. Harder this time. You focus. And you open eyes you do not own. You are Matthias Bench. This body is not yours. You are blind, yet you can see. I will shift ping you. Within the cold environment, you see through the eyes of your two companions. They're helping you. Blood is oozing from your face. And everyone should be able to control their little guy.
Come on. Another step. Your foot got caught a second ago. Looks kind of bad, but you can pull it together, right? It's just a little bit further.
How's my foot feeling? Can I walk on it straight?
You seem to be able to walk, yeah.
All right. I got it.
Okay, good. Let's not fall off here, okay? It's a little bit further.
Yeah. Okay.
Your steps echo. You're walking on pipes, surrounded by pipes. When you look up, you see pipes. It's all pipes everywhere. The only thing you have seen for the past hours.
You less, obviously you don't see it, you more feel it. The person next to you moves with an almost jittery step, almost taking every opportunity. They lifted you up mere moments ago, but quickly move on. Almost a subdued eagerness to get to wherever you're going. Their body shakes, trembling in the presence of it.
All right.
Come on.
Okay.
We're almost there. Probably.
Big step coming up. I'm going on the other side. Boost him over to me.
All right, come on. Just a little further. There you go. We're good. Up. And then down. Come on.
Come on!
Just
I
give him a second.
stop. I hit the ground, and I stumble a bit. In a bit of confusion, I stop, turn around. What's going on? I stop, I reach over, and I shamble and, just stumble and try to pull out. I'm looking up, Bran, I'm looking for a wallet.
You're looking for a wallet. It's difficult. Your point of view is not your own. You're not operating in first person. You can only see through the person that's looking at you inquisitively. You try to search through your belongings, and you manage to vaguely find where an inside pocket would be. You look for a wallet. There is one, but it's empty.
No ID.
No ID.
I realized that there wouldn't be a way I could
smoke.
Yeah,
Come on.
I pull up. I also realize There's no way I could see it. These aren't my eyes.
No.
All right, I stumble forward.
Oop, okay.
Another step.
Take your time.
You said you don't remember? I understand. The call is
It can be overwhelming.
it roots somewhere deep. It's like getting grabbed in the back of the eyes. Filaments reaching backwards. Yeah, no, I get it. Come on. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Why is it the call?
You don't
What do you mean?
it's what that device showed us.
You okay?
You can still hear it, right? You can still hear it, right?
I stop a bit. So looking every which direction, seeing what's going on here. Could I? Hey, could I roll Alon's roll to die for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Let me just.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. That's great. I think I stop here. I see these two talking about the call. What's going on here? I feel this urge to push and look deeper and all of that. But I think overwhelming in this instance as realizing there's these two people staring at him and stuff like that, and he doesn't know what's going on. I think this form is overrun with a terrible, terrifying fear that overtakes it for a second as he backs up. At the question of, don't you still hear it? I don't know. He stops, tumbles back, and then just starts sprinting off into the dark outside the vision of the other two.
Oh, shit.
Oh my. I pause.
Scrambling.
You go for him. I'm gonna try to get ahead.
Don't go off with. Fucking shit.
Bench, as the two separate, you focus on one of them, but you can see through both at the same time. As this one witnesses something that you wish you did not see. For the scene that happens in front of him is one of your fellows expertly, medically, methodically deconstructed bit after bit and smiling the whole way through. For now, Jay, this machine, this thing is too busy with its work, but you get the feeling that if you don't want to be next, you might want to leave.
Yeah.
I think you hear the scream coming from farther on down the hall, as without even being able to see through his own eyes, he tripped and fell, and then saw this thing as he scrambles back against the pipes here.
Shit, hey, it's just me. Come on.
It's coming.
What's gotten into you?
It's
Come
coming.
on. What the fuck are you talking about?
You want to take me to it, don't you? He tries to crawl under the pipes.
Hey. Come on, help me grab. What is wrong with you?
We need to go!
What?
I pull myself forward and then take myself up and start stumbling and crawling forward then.
Okay, where is it?
Scrambles. What the fuck is wrong with you two?
No!
We have a direction. What is...
As you go forward, you see another one turning around, hearing you in your panic. This one is not busy. Better start running.
I move.
As the skittering upon the metal echoes behind you.
We're so close! We're so close!
This thing, thankfully too big for the environment, it takes its time winding itself within the pipes.
Where do we go?
Fucking... shit.
Back this way!
I run over here and I get to that point where there's like that leap over, and I reach over for his hand. Help!
He actually does take it and yanks you over.
All right.
Shoving, pushing.
Come
on.
Hang on. While Jay's NPC is turned around, I turn around and I put a hand on this one's mouth and shove them back into the direction of the thing.
Shove them back into the direction of the thing, and it does manage to slow down the creature as the same process happens. You see it in first person this time, but you lose one of your point of views.
Over this way. No, this is the same hallway!
The skittering accelerates behind you, but as you find your way, as this thing lands right behind you, the thing in front of you seems to lock not on you, but on it, and charges it immediately. The two locking into a horrifying battle of predators. You see the way north. It was behind the first one.
Go!
I run.
The sound of retching metal echoes behind you as the brutality of the confrontation only rises.
We're so close! We're so close!
Where are we going? I forgot!
Hold on. I hold my hand out and yank him over the pipes. Sprinting forwards. The best you can do is navigate by this repeated staccato of iron footfalls as we work our way forwards. No, I got you. Wait, it's here, isn't it?
What?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, this is it. Come on!
See the exit. You go for it. You run with everything you can. But unfortunately, something falls on top of you, and the process recommences. Matthias Bench. The taste of blood fades from your mouth, but the smell of burning enters your nostrils. You open eyes that are yours.
Let me actually do that. I jolt up for a bit, pull my head up out of bed rather quickly as I sort of stop. At first, I think it might be the smell of burning that gets me up. After all, if something in the apartment is burning, that's like an emergency reactionary sense, and he thinks that there's something that needs his attention immediately. But as he kind of scoots out of bed, almost his body kind of pushing on instinct, he stops. Do I still smell the burning?
You smell the burning. There is a direction. It is within this room. But as you focus, the memories, they're not gone.
And that's where I think it does hit him. The weight of his step becomes apparent when he realizes that he just felt something. And that was a dream that concerned him more than any he's ever had before, because that was a bit too vivid. And something about it didn't feel quite right. In fact, it felt like dreams he had experienced from others. Not in a literal sense, but stories told. In the therapy meetings he had with the other two, this kind of dream, this style of dream was a bit familiar. And he very swiftly, let's see. Okay. However, there's a fire to put out, or something, as he sort of walks confused, as he sort of checks across the room.
Confused, you find the source of it pretty easily. It's on your desk, where you left it. The strange device that you took from that man.
I stop. I hold up the device, and I think back to the dream, the call.
You go to touch the device.
Oh, yeah.
And as you do, the first thing that comes to your senses is it burns. It burns your hand. And as it does, you think of your wife. You think of your brother. You left them where it was safe, but you realize that you won't be able to see them again.
He stops, thinks, centers himself. He centers himself as he remembers something in the dream. These are not his memories. At least that's what he tells himself. As he holds the back, waits a moment, Did it leave a burn mark?
No.
Okay. There's this chest here. He empties it out onto the table, the contents spilling out, as he very gently arcs the chest over, closes up and hunches down on the artifact, and then puts it back onto the table, hiding it from sight without touching it directly.
You manage to do so. Over time, the smell starts to fade.
I think he waits a bit. No, actually, during that, he sprints off to the shelf, looks for some kind of book on this topic. Anything, stops, turns around as he smells everything sort of like fading with that. Goes back, opens it up again, takes a look, and then carefully brushes the back of it with his knuckle.
It's not hot anymore.
He's going to, you know what? Now that's not hot, he carefully takes it out, slips it into an inner coat pocket. One that's forms very neatly inside that touches a shirt. And then
Managed to hide it away on your person. It feels like the first day you acquired it. It's just a thing. A piece of metal.
Stops. I never really asked this, but Bryn, what kind of internet functionality do we have?
You have modern style internet.
Ooh, cool. I kind of sit down, and with this still on my mind, I pull up a number of sheets and documents that I use to sort of
Can you
organize
roll to
my
die for
work.
me as you do this?
Yes, I can.
As you go on the internet, try to focus on the screen. You think of your brother. You think of your wife.
My wife.
You left them behind where it was safe. But you started to feel that you're never going to see them again. Those thoughts, those feelings, your body starts to react to it, giving you emotions that are not your own. The muscles in your throat contracting, reaching into your face like a contagion. Almost like you're about to cry.
Okay. Can I physically go and do anything right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. So first off, he leans back into the chair, and he kind of puts his hands up to his eyes, and straight up, he's gonna force himself to physically cry right now.
Yeah, you manage to provoke the feeling, to sort of let it all fall out. I'm gonna need another roll to die.
Okay. 12.
You manage to fall into a full-on fucking sob, and as you do, the emotions only get more real. Your brother, your wife, you're never gonna see them again. But you know this is not you. This is not you, but a part of your mind wants it to be. Oh, so desperately, it wants their memory to live within you forever. This is like a cancer, a tumor, something growing at the back of your head, something alien that refuses to leave you. Emotions, thoughts that you do not want, but will not leave.
I dwell on it, it sits, it builds up to this point of, like, blowing up inside of me. With that level of connection, I lean forward, I go onto the browser, and I type up that exact phrase that keeps repeating into my head over and over again. I remember my wife, I remember my brother. They're in somewhere safe, but I feel like I'll never see them again.
Nothing comes up. Or more specifically, it's the internet. Many things come up. A lot comes up. Too much. Nothing that is quite what you're looking for.
That makes sense. As he sort of looks at the general thing there, he probably tries to narrow down for some time as he looks across and he tries to see if there's any more direct stuff and stuff like forums or anything like that. Anywhere where people would talk and discuss, but I'm going to assume he doesn't find anything, as you said. Nothing specifically to this. So instead, he closes the page and instead reaches up a phone while he's multitasking because he's looking at his daily docket for today. He sees he has a number of things. He also reaches over to the phone line and then starts pulling up and dialing down to Holden, or at least someone who does appointments for Holden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had access to the number before. You gave her your card. You reached out. You did all of the preliminary steps for a meeting of that kind to happen. So you will reach that pretty fast.
I basically just call ahead, make sure that's going, and as he kind of sits back slightly, he contemplates a little bit more about what he's going to do. And I think at that point, in the midst of these thoughts, in the midst of his brain roiling 100 different explanations and schemes, this feeling that he wants to shove this thing to a box and plunge it into the ocean, but also this intrepid fear that if he does so, he might not be able to find it again. And what if he needs it? What if whatever has happened and has been happening now is going to keep happening if he doesn't have it? This conflict and lack of information causes him to freeze up and start hungering for more. And as he looks over at his docket, however, he realizes that very soon it's going to be time for his shift to start. And as he stands
Almost
up,
on cue.
yeah, stands up, turns, notices.
The doorbell goes off. It's time. Matthias Vetch needs to start his day.
I stop, move on over, and one thing I will do first is I'm going to run across the way. I don't think he's actually sleeping in his suit, so he will swiftly grab some stuff to get changed. But he's grabbing it as he runs out the door and he's like, give me a few minutes. Thank you. Please, he steps on over. He checks the eye hole too, just to make sure he's talking to the
You check the eye hole, and it's your two clients for today.
He unclicks the door and then moves on over to the side and is just like, please go on and wait in the office. I will be right out. And he full on sprints over. You get 2 seconds of bench underwear ass as he runs through the door.
I got a very important question. What type of pajamas does he wear?
Yeah.
I think we were just told.
I think, it's either just a pair of underwear or full on honk schnoo
Yeah, I was about to say, did we just disturb him on this midnight dreary?
You know what? Hey,
You know what?
hey,
Yes.
Bench, roll to die and then tell me.
Yeah.
All right, I have a perfect solution then. Oh man.
Ooh.
It was a tie between blue and yellow, which means he's got the full midnight jury clothes on the top, but he's forgotten the pajama pants somewhere and he's wearing underwear underneath.
Oh, that is literally incredible.
Amazing.
So he returns out from the bathroom at some point, and let's see. Bryn, where do you think I meet with him? I'm looking at the different rooms here, and I'm trying to see.
That's up to you. It's your apartment.
Yeah. That's true. I get to choose.
You also told them to wait in the office. So depending on how free to move your two clients feel, they might have just started going through doors.
Yeah. I mean, I think you guys can feel free to scoop around wherever you want. However, I feel like the office is most likely going to be this room on the top left of the map.
Top left, gotcha.
Yeah. Brent, if you could transport me over there, I'm keeping the camera trained on our mustachio
Gotcha.
POV. And I am very much focusing on this absolutely deranged room you just put us in.
I don't know what you're
That's a
talking
whole
about. This is
ass
very
tree.
normal.
That's my favorite is the small, medium, and large columns and this chessboard outlined with trees and columns and Bench
have
has shown an interest in chess repeatedly over this. He's got a notebook off to his side. There's a lot to unpack here, guys.
I don't know what you're talking
going
about.
to
Very normal, man.
Step on to the left, move on over here, and I'm going to do thing I do every morning is I'm going to brew up a nice cup of tea.
Very nice.
And as I do that, I will brew it up, get it over to the side, and then he's halfway walking to the office, and he thinks, "What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm so out of it this morning. Neither of them drinks tea. They can't." And I just go and put it down on the side.
6B can try.
It's
Like,
not gonna be made.
it's just gonna be messy as fuck.
He kind of like rubs his brow again as he's like, "On days like these, you must try. On days like these, you must try." As he steps back and moves over this way, re-solidifying his personage as he steps through the door. "Good morning. Thank you all for coming."
Good morning. Hold on, I'm getting a proper view of it. What the fuck is happening in this office?
There's
What do you mean?
there's an entire forest.
Yeah,
in
what
Here.
is
You
Out of
you mean the
character?
potted tree?
If this is a question you would have ever asked him, which I imagine it would have the first time you would have seen this,
Yeah.
if at any point you did, he would have said, I had a passing interest in botany at one point. And that's it.
Passing interest, my ass. That's out of character. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What? Hold on. I'm just.
Do you want to ask about it again? It might still be a concern in 66B's head. You can go for it.
Why are there so many pamphlets over on the table? What the fuck is happening? Oh, sorry, I'm getting lost in the details of this wondrous place.
Oh, you mean his red-green magic cards?
I take a sit down as he
B
looks
is
across
fully
the way.
sitting on the edge of your desk, by the way.
Yes, that's quite fine. She's not
way
like
over-
she's gonna make anything dirty.
I work my way over to the large potted tree.
Yes.
As B sits that way on your desk bench, I need you to roll to die.
Okay. Bro,
Oh my god.
Very nice.
I don't fucking give a shit about my wife and my brother right now. Okay, it's time to work.
It is time to fucking work.
You do not care. You're looking at your tree.
Okay, so I start down. I look at down I pull out the documents sitting here. Basically, I flip through them a little bit, and as I kind of go on through, I look at the two of them. Very well. So this is a normal checkup. However, I wanted to ask if both of you, we have passed 3 months, and as a result, I've already received performance reviews, but I would like to ask if you have been feeling yourself improving in the past 3 months since the incident. On a scale of your health, how are you feeling?
You see Beatrice.
From 1 being terrible to 10 being...
There's just a split second where when you say on a scale of, and her expression just goes, and then goes back.
In terms of localized improvement, I believe overall I am doing better considering the state that I was in initially. However, currently, things seem to have taken a turn for the better. My thoughts are more coherent. They seem to draw themselves together more easily. And indeed, I am remembering more.
Yes. Well, this is good. Though, as he sits down, I think Brain, you can change any of this if you want. I think the general plan for how this works is he talks to them in like a bit together, and then usually he'll like go individual with them. Usually they're probably brought in at like different times at some point as well. However, I think they are here together at the same time today, and I think that was somewhat intentional, as Bench wanted to bring it together to another topic as well. As continuing for now, he kind of... I wish to ask you both. I am more than willing to continue with our individual assessments. However, he pulls out another file. As you have known recently, due to concerns we have had with William and the changes in the district, there has been much crisis. We have all been working together very closely the past couple of days, and I believe this level of contact has... He kind of considers how to word it. There is a risk that my a risk that your comfort of me as a source of therapeutic advice and examination could be at risk. So please, if both of you would be willing. He pulls out 2 pieces of paper and slides them across the table, which 1266B, and as he puts the second one down, please, if you can try and give it a shot, but if not, I will be able to do a verbal rundown with you as well, whichever you feel more comfortable with. What he's given you, you can both see, is a, not a performance sheet, but a kind of like a confidentiality kind of thing where, essentially, to sum this down is when you read through it, if you choose, you could have him replaced as therapist. And he's basically trying to give you this and see if you guys still want him to be around here.
Interesting. 66B stares at it and genuinely considers it for a moment. They tap their heavy boot on the ground multiple times. I am trying to fully comprehend the nature of this. If, for example, I decided that things weren't working particularly well, what would happen to you?
Do not worry. I am still a practiced professional. I would try to find other work. Oh, and I would stay in the district as well. I would not be leaving. It is simply a matter of your, comfort.
I am now left to confront something specific. Is our relationship as patient and therapist potentially hindering our actions in the district, or is it assisting them? I must consider.
Please do. I ask the both of you to consider this. Take your time. I wait a bit, kind of look across, and then I'll do a glance. Hey, B, what is B doing?
B has been very quiet this entire time. The vibe that you get is almost like she's preparing for something. What exactly it is, you're not really sure, but it feels a little bit like she's bracing herself almost. And when you pulled out the forms and put her down, there was a brief moment of annoyance of just like, how the fuck am I supposed to like interact with this? And then you explained it, and she started reading over it, and it's just been a slight increase in the tension in her. There's a lot of anticipation going on with her right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't really seem to know what to do with it.
Mm.
She's just kind of being... She's just kind of like containing herself, and it almost feels like she's waiting for a moment that feels right to actually talk.
Okay, I think he picks that up then, and as he sort of looks across the way and sees them both kind of like with the sheets and stuff.
Yeah. How about we move on? I think I will need to assist with B66B.
Yes, of course.
Take some time to consider, and I will speak with you soon.
Of course.
Yes. For now, it'll be B's assessment first, and then yours.
They nod and then leave, their stats being max rolled and directly even on how they feel about this.
Oh boy,
Ooh.
I'm excited. God, you show me that, now I get to have to fucking wait.
Yeah.
But I stand up, I collect the sheet.
Miss Robbins.
He kind of holds the sheet.
If there's anything you need assistance with, let me know. Alternatively, if you'd like to start the session now, I am more than capable of doing this. But only if you'll feel comfortable.
You say only if you feel comfortable, and immediately you see that tension in her, and there's just a very, visible, that's just not gonna happen, but she's gonna roll with it anyways, as she, just kind of forces herself to nod. She still hasn't so much as opened her mouth yet at this point. As she just continues to look at the paper.
He sits down for a bit, puts his hands together on his knee, waits a little bit, and then sort of just turns up.
Is there any changes to your health or well-being you would like to discuss today?
She finally looks up and makes proper eye contact, and I suppose that's probably something that you would have noticed over the months, is that eye contact is something that's very sparing for her. She tends to kind of watch people at a distance, but anytime someone will look at her, she'll either kind of look to the side or kind of look at them but past them. Eye contact is just, it's hard. So whenever she does it, it tends to be very intense. It always feels like there is a moment where she is trying to communicate without words, because words are also very hard for her. And finally she says, actually, yes and no. There is something that I wish to talk about. Several things. She pauses and just kind of you can feel her looking for the words. It's almost like watching an actor on a stage that's forgotten their lines.
He doesn't push her along extra fast. Instead, he just sort of he's holding his notebook, waiting. He's not even he's not really making eye contact per se most of the time. He'll check, but he won't. It's not really how you do it either, as he just sort of waits.
She looks back down at the contract or the paper, the assessment, and moves away from it a little bit, and then looks back in your direction. I would actually like to start by apologizing.
He looks up.
What do you feel the need to apologize for?
She pauses again. You see the calculations. It probably becomes very apparent that this is a conversation she has tried very hard to plot out and has since pretty much forgotten everything that she planned.
That's good.
I wanted to apologize for my actions as well as my words yesterday. You attempted to... She tries again and almost rolls her eyes in irritation. You can feel the kind of buzzing start to build up in her as she just takes a moment and closes her eyes and very briefly counts to herself. You were right. I have been frustrated and irritable, and I have been lashing out, and while I have my reasons, that does not change the fact that you have been doing your best, and to be entirely honest, far better than most, to deal with me and, honestly, the issues that we have been encountering.
He considers a moment. It's like,
Thank you. What? I do accept the apology. However,
he considers a bit more.
where do you think... What is the impulse that brings it out? You felt that I had angered you, and I apologize for that as well.
Anger is easier to come by these days than I'm used to.
Has anger been a problem you've felt in the past?
You see the calculations again. She's scrambling. She wants something, the thing that will give you the answers to make the conversation stop. But she also knows that that's not the solution to this puzzle. After a moment, is there any kind of like chair that's across from the
Yes,
tree's very in?
I imagine
Okay,
that
yeah.
on the tree there are chairs underneath.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
underneath the
goodness.
tree, yeah.
Yeah, so she kind of settles onto the back of the chair. She never really bothers to try and sit in them properly anymore, as she just kind of hovers over the wood of it, and she looks at you. My life hasn't been particularly easy prior to this, but it also... She pauses and shakes her head. It's... I understand that I have not been particularly forthcoming about my past. From any previous experiences you've had trying to get anything out of her about like her childhood, even like vague details is like pulling teeth. It's a nightmare to try and deal with. And if you had asked William, he would tell you the same fucking thing.
Yeah. He'll lead on then with that, where he's like,
Hey, thank you for sharing so much so far. It should be known that prior we've considered the purpose of our self-defined goal was dealing with pains of,
he thinks of the right word for it.
passing and discussing matters of.
He again is looking for the right words. He seems to be very careful this time around. I think that is one thing. He's usually not as like breaking, pausing this time, as he's just kind of like.
Matters of.
As he kind of thinks a bit.
What I am trying to get at is, prior to this, we have spent a lot of time dealing with the current realities of your situation, and you've made excellent progress on this. A part of asking on this document was for me to ask you, what is the goal of your experiences with me now? There is much to consider and there is much to do. 3 months of physical training have gone by, but if you require anything else of me, and if you would like to discuss this matter more, I want to be able to open this up. So I would like you to ask me, when you come into my office, what is your goal for yourself, your desire?
She absorbs the words, and there seems to be a settling. Her hair, the dress, it's calms a little with the constant current of motion. She centers herself and she looks back and meets your gaze. I want to be useful.
And Miss Robbins, if this is your wish, we shall talk about this more. Is there a reason you feel like you have not been useful?
She considers it. And again, there's this moment where she seems to be doing that thing as she watches you. You see the calculations, that sharp judgment. If you will indulge me just for a moment.
I will.
She nods to you, but almost more to herself.
He stops. He kind of stops a bit as he turns his head and he notices his phone.
Oh, I suppose
You
since
noticed
you
your
started-
phone. Thankfully, it is. So you kind of separated like almost in folders, and you get the feeling that this is not for you. It's for 66B.
He stops a bit and he's just like,
I make sure to tried to turn off my phone before our meetings. I think we got so quickly. However, he stops as he pulls it out. This is not for me. One moment. My apologies.
He steps over, cracks the door open, slams down the phone, clicks it on, puts it on speaker, and then walks back outside.
Oh no.
But yeah, please continue. We'll get back to 6-6B in a little bit.
Oh, wonderful.
You come back, you close the door, you see that she's like recalibrating for a moment.
Yeah.
She had been winding up, and now it's just like, all right, no, this is fine. We're just.
I sort of lean over, kind of put my hand on the table.
I understand that was probably very distracting. Please, though, I beg you continue. All right.
Yep. It's no, it's fine. It's important that people be able to get in contact. It's pauses for a moment. You see the countdown once again.
Mm-hmm.
If I may ask, what is the primary feeling you have right now? When that interruption occurred, what did you feel?
Frustrated.
I see. Frustrated at what part of it?
It feels like every time I start to think I've made progress, there's a reset. And something interrupts, or it changes, or the goal has suddenly vanished and it's no longer applicable. And that's just life. That's fine. She's actually being way more open
Than she usually
than she usually is right now.
He crosses his hands and kind of leans back in his chair, but is giving her full attention as he looks across, and he's like,
I can understand that it has been a busy couple of weeks.
She shakes her head. No, because that's just been my existence. She
This
gives
is
a
a-
very bitter
Gotcha.
smile.
This is a long time concern for you? Even before becoming a ghost?
She takes a moment and centers herself again. Perhaps giving you some context may help you understand where I am coming from as far as my general frustrations of late.
Do you feel as though there might be some kind of connection in the frustrations and goals you might be feeling? Is this frustration, do you think, tied to your feeling of wanting to help, or is it a separate matter?
The expression is enough. You hit the nail on the head.
mm-hmm.
I just, particularly with how things have been handled, it is giving me a great deal of frustration because it is what I had hoped to leave behind.
Upon that statement,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, lovely.
Perfect.
Hi, hello. Is it 66B?
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Very sorry to interrupt your day. However, I might be in need of assistance. This is William, by the way.
Stop! I see. I'm in the middle of my appointed therapy, but I guess I'll just.
This is very awkward, you see. This might be a little bit of an emergency, as it would appear that the newest addition to the district has decided to roll up to me and essentially, um, well, uh, declare that he wanted to grab leadership of the church and asked me for a duel. I have told him that there is no such rule within the church's regulations. However, he's being very insistent right now. Thankfully, I seem to be able to ask to be represented via a champion, and of course, I immediately thought of you.
I'm gonna reroll my stats. Red speaks up almost viciously immediately. It comes out like a surge, just like, yes, of course, this makes perfect sense. A duel to determine the future of the church. And then the blue stat actually wins out. That does seem somewhat unreasonable, doesn't it? It almost cackles up for a second. Well, I will consult. I will. Can you tell them to give us a little bit of time?
I will try my best.
Thank you.
As you go to like close the fort, basically you hear, yes, my champion will be on this way, on their way. However, we're gonna need a little bit of time. There's somewhat of a distance away, and only thing you hear from beyond William's voice is just random bits of like
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's. Oh, I'm so excited about that.
However,
oh my god.
Which
I'm just imagining the. If you want to continue from there, you can. I have a skip forward idea if you'd like me.
Oh, so you don't wanna hear her speech?
If she's prepared. Well, I was going to say we'd skip forward to a point where I could kind of give you your speech is sort of what I had in mind.
Oh, go for it.
All right, because we just left off on that moat there, and as we kind of pop on back there, Bench, continuing on that points, was like just kind of drawing out a few more questions, stuff like that, going in the back and forth, and then at one point he just kind of like pop opens the folder, and then sort of like puts a couple of notes inside of it and kind of like shifts it up again. It's just like a bit of like a physical moment. It kind of breaks up the conversation a bit.
we have spoken about a number of things so far. Thank you for being so curt and honest with me. Please, though.
He kind of looks across the way as he
if you would like, I would like you to press a bit further on that conversation topic of you had spoken of that frustration, that feeling. If you can just help me there, I feel like I can take a few notes on that, and I only have a few more questions, and we should be able to finish off our session.
She nods and takes a moment and settles a little further onto the back of the chair. She's pretty much pulled her legs up to her chest and is resting her chin on her knees. I've spent the majority of my life being dragged across the continent. with the reassuring promise that there was some kind of plan. Yeah, the general, don't worry, Bug, you don't need to think about all that. We just need you to have a little bit of patience and a lot of faith. And I did. For 20 years. So, you can imagine that when I finally took matters into my own hands, I was rather surprised to find that all of my faith and my patience had earned me a slow and agonizing death. This gate, she makes a gesture at the window, the broad view outside of the apartment. This little district, they aren't what I had hoped for. They aren't even what I expected. But they are one of the few things I've had the opportunity to choose for myself. So, I think it's rather reasonable that I might rather not blindly follow and be obedient to the vague shape of an idea of a plan, in the hopes that it will not fall into ruin or be snatched out from under me.
He waits for a bit, lets that kind of settle, as he sort of turns his attention.
I understand.
He kind of mulls over, kind of flicking his pen a little bit as he thinks, and then writes something down in his notebook and sort of turns his attention back up.
It would seem that currently one of your prime directives is being allowed to have one. A prime directive being allowed to be involved with and understand the plan, perhaps having your own.
She nods. I don't want to be a passive observer.
He considers down.
And next time we speak, I would love to talk more on the matters of this conflict between helping, wanting to know, and where that comes from. I would ask that in the future you, when considering these things, figure out how much is tied to that core experience and feeling and that fear. Beyond that, a few things and questions I want to ask and consider. First off, have you had any more strange dreams?
Upon that question,
Oh
no! Yes, hello.
you open the phone. Yes, hello. Yes, of course. Yes, I understand. This is taking a bit of time. Yes. Right. It would appear that the guest that I have, well, I guess actually our new church member, right, seems to grow quite impatient. How long do you think it would take for your appointment to continue, 66B?
Time to see if it's time for Diamond Hand 66B or it's time to rush off immediately. Oh, it's dead even. That's no. We need something more divisive. Okay.
Oh boy, no.
Yep. 66B stands up. The guest is becoming unruly. I see. Are they causing trouble?
Well, hold on. I need to talk
Put them
to
on the phone. Put them on the phone.
I see. Okay, I understand. Here, the champion, my champion, would like to talk to you, probably for some preparation. As and as you do, hold on. I need to. I think this is the right one. Yeah. As you get on the phone, you hear a shrill voice that if you had an ear, you would get the fucking phone away from your head. But thankfully, this is not what happens here. As
Yes, this is Snatch Grey Filth at the phone, yes. You champion, yes, come here right quick. Need to settle things, yes.
you can hear his fucking foot stomping the ground and just like,
come now, settle things now.
Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay. So 66B has a reaction. Immediately they want to rush over, handle things, throw whatever this creature is to the ground, especially after getting their ass beat yesterday. They're like, no,
Fight for supremacy. Church leadership, mine.
I squint at the phone. Well, this is local champion 66B, and unfortunately, I am otherwise occupied at the moment. The only way that you're getting your fight sooner is if you find me.
Where are you? Where? Tell me.
Well, William can fill you in on my current locale.
Oh my god.
you just as the phone is like literally like thrown away, and you like hear literally mouse like like trying to like fumble the phone so that it doesn't fall to the ground and break. You just hear in the distance,
Crane, where therapy happen?
and the phone shuts off.
Oh my god! And then we have the rat clock.
Oh god, rat clock.
Anyway, back over here.
Any strange dreams?
Give me a second.
Hold on, I'll get you back in the mood. Here comes the sad music.
Okay, alright. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. What was the question?
Have you had any strange dreams recently?
Hang on. We're gonna drop swing. We're gonna roll to die.
Well,
Roll to do. Not particularly.
he considers like,
I see. It's good then. Please make sure to inform me in the future if you any come to mind.
he considers a bit more as he
Next question. Is there anyone else you wish to apologize to?
Immediately, you see her eyes flick to the door where 66B is having their phone call. Yes.
he kind of nods his head.
I would ask that perhaps it would be good to try to apologize and speak with others on this matter. And you could let me know how it goes in the next session.
Nods.
Good. Thank you for speaking more open with me today, Miss Robin. I very much appreciate it.
He stands up and slides the envelope.
And as for the topic, I never got an answer. Would you be interested in seeking alternative therapeutic measures, or are you comfortable currently with our work relation? Well,
She looks from the paper up to bench. But we've already made so much progress.
yes. Suppose we have. Thank you. Well then, I don't want to keep 6XP hanging much longer. Let's step out. Let's make sure to.
He steps forward as he cracks open the door.
Kirk
He
opened the
steps
door
up.
literally at the time that 66B closes the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Long
phone
conversation?
back.
Oh, of course. 6XP, I have good news.
What is
We have
that?
just finished up, and now we are ready for your session.
Lovely. They will not mention the rat, as the rat was the last thing in the ordered list of events that happened. First it's therapy, then
Yes.
it's rat.
Yeah.
Unless
We're back to the top of the list.
Yeah, unless the phone call is asked about directly, the rat clock will be completely not disclosed.
I'm setting them up. I'm doing the work.
Love to see it.
Important question: are you shooing B out for this?
Yes, it's
Okay.
private session, so yes.
Oh no, Beast
Okay.
Beast's gonna be the rats!
And that's it is 6XP!
Oh, this is great. This is great. This makes me so happy.
Oh my god.
Sitting in, he swaps out for a different folder.
6XB, thank you for your patience.
Of course. Thank you for sparing yet more of your time to peek into my brain pan.
Yes, well, no worries. It is my job after all, and you are a fascinating patient.
I see. Well, I have a question. Is it above board to know whether or not B will be continuing her... what is the correct term for this? Patient... therapy... What do I call this?
Therapeutic sessions, perhaps.
Therapeutic
I would say that-
sessions.
Well, it was potentially, not too big of a deal to disclose. I will choose not to in this moment, so you may ask Carl yourself if you would like to know more.
I see. Very
Patient
well.
confidentiality.
As he sits forward.
First off, how about you yourself? Will you be continuing your sessions?
I had a brief consideration, a realization that, as far as the coherency of my thoughts, they are forming up like a thick and firm jelly. But at the same time, I have a secondary realization. On some level, I am a little bit, shaken. Not shaken as in a frightened sense. My thoughts are jumbled. In a manner of speaking, I am slightly fucked up, they say, leaning in and folding their hands. Having the assistance of a therapist to help navigate that labyrinth has been instrumental. Yet just the
course.
same. Our role and our relationship with one another has somewhat shifted over the last few days, has it not?
It is indeed. Hence my decision to bring this up.
I do not know if this is something I wish to pursue in the future necessarily. With that in mind, as our foreseeable future seems to be handling those larger scale conflicts. Right now, simply put, I am worrying about things on the outside of my head. I've had a long time to look inward, but it seems now, at the very least, our focus is elsewhere.
Of course, yes. Yeah. I'm more than happy to follow through with whatever decision you wish, and working with you is a pleasure.
I see. In that case, I believe... And it's time. They were exactly dead even undecided.
Oh boy, let's
Oh.
see.
They are. Oh my god!
Can I suggest something?
Yes.
Because I was thinking about it, and
Yeah.
we've talked about it
Yeah,
before.
I was thinking this too.
Yeah.
Can I?
When the voices are met, yes.
Yeah,
you
can I-
jump on? Do it.
Can I lead you in?
Yes.
They fold their hands and lean forwards, apparently feeling extremely strong about this. I believe it would be wise, at the very least, to lapse our current contract. At least for the moment. After all, you've given me everything I need. And a voice chimes up amidst the mass in the back of Speed's mind.
Alon looks confused, staring, but also just sort of accepting. He's about to speak as he says,
Very well. If that is your decision, I will accept it.
however, he says something else at the same time, louder, more bass boosted inside of your mind as he speaks up.
66B, this is a very rude thing to do, to simply speak to a therapist and say that you are simply taking an aspect of their being and taking it with you.
I thought the key
It is
behind
not-
speaking to a therapist was to be honest and open, and it is directly what just happened.
He stops, turns around.
What was that?
I have learned
This
much.
is correct. Yes. Thank you for your consideration, 66B. Remember, if you are ever in a tumultuous situation, I'm always here to help you.
Now that we are no longer patient and therapist, I was hoping to to ask you a few questions about yourself.
Meanwhile. Hey, B.
Jesus Christ. Uh-huh. Ah, shit. The... fuck.
A 15. Sorry, that does not beat hard.
You could push. Oh god, it's happening again.
Fucking... no... hang on. Yeah... fuck me. Flips over the phone.
Pick up the phone. What are your first words as you manage to fucking operate the phone?
Yes! Yes, hello?
Oh, hello. Would that be B?
Yes, what is it? Hi, how's it going?
Oh, congratulations.
What is the issue? What are you calling about?
Oh, we are simply at the door. I do not want to... this is actually quite fortuitous. If there is
What?
therapy going on at the moment, there is an appointment going on with 66B, but the appointment is very adamant onto meeting them as soon as physically possible, therefore we had to come here. If you could perhaps come open the door so that we do not interrupt the therapy session, that would be great.
Appointment?
Yes, an appointment.
Okay, so this probably is the time, but like the way that you're saying that, like, what's happening? Clear your throat if you're being held hostage.
I am not being held hostage. However, it is a slight emergency.
Fuck. So, this wall down here with the big mirror windows, whatever the fuck, is that warded?
I don't think it would be. It's inside, so you can make your way to the door.
She'd have to leave the phone behind. All right.
You would have to leave the phone behind. Yes.
I'm. 1 second. She closes the phone, and leaves it on the box, and goes through. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the door. We opened
The door,
the phone.
however, is indeed warded.
Here we go.
The phone, and that we can do that. We can do this. This is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Just the door just needs to open. She waits for a moment, collects herself. I can do this.
No, you can't.
Oh my god, oh
Meanwhile.
Lord.
just as that happens, her hand goes through and her head just thunk against the door.
Oh man.
Unofficial questioning.
Yes. I wanted to ask a question about your tree.
Oh, perfect, of course.
Why is this one so big?
Yeah. Well,
He stops. Let me just quickly drop swing and roll to die.
Oh.
Oh, it. Okay.
Ooh.
He. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. That one doesn't really apply here. So.
well, you know, it was, when I was into botany for a little while, I got this one in. It's supposedly the buyer told me that this tree grew outside of the walls and was used to growing in adverse conditions. That would mean it could grow inside an apartment without needing too much light and not too much concern for weather. I did not know if that is true. There are many buyers in the way of botany that love to advertise trees that grow in places they should not. But
He kind of gestures.
it certainly did grow inside of my apartment. I've downsized my botany collection of plants and otherwise, but this one is quite troublesome to remove. So I've sort of redecorated the room around it.
They look around. They look around the room, trying to like intake of this bizarre ass apartment. I see. So there is no special meaning behind this one being larger than all the rest.
Not originally and not currently, though I would say when I first bought it, it was just going to be in the corner. Ever since it has grown far beyond my expectations, and I've adjusted accordingly. I do think it brings out a unique feeling within the room.
Yes.
To say the least.
It is rather unique. I have enjoyed these sessions, and I have enjoyed sitting under this large tree. They think, they consider their brain it's working. Similarly, may I ask the purpose of the mirrored hallway on the outside?
He thinks about that.
The mirrored hallway?
Yes. On your way in, you were immediately met with a pair of mirrors.
Oh, yes.
He kind of considers that too.
Well, frankly, I did not really know where to put them. I'm afraid, in some ways, the apartment is advertised as having a number of different large spaces. However, as you can see, there are quite a number of windows that block up such spots. And anywhere else I put them seemed to catch a rather fierce gleam of light. So, and that room was the only one that would not shine in my eyes as I was walking.
Interesting. I always thought it was interesting whenever I walked in here to be confronted with my own face. Or I suppose lack thereof.
It does create a nice effect. Especially when you must turn then to enter the office.
Yes.
It does make it convenient in the morning because I walk outside of my room and turn over, and I suppose this morning I was able to catch myself still in my pajamas. So
6XP leans in, their face splitting into a wide smile, getting a good long look at yourself. Yes, it's something nice, isn't it?
Yes.
I oftentimes imagine what my face would have been like. One was hidden in the spot that this neckhole once has, but at least currently, I do not live in a place with many mirrors.
Do you think there is, This is interesting. 6XP, do you ever imagine what your face might look like?
I imagine what must have been here, a conclusion drawn by the combination of flesh tone and a little more impolite or improper body hair. My assumption is, well, I suppose I've painted a picture of my missing self. I don't think I was very appealing looking, to be honest.
He kind of considers that.
Well, I suppose no loss then, correct?
In many regards, I do believe I am somewhat better off without it. I'm curious, when did you get this apartment for your business? How long have you been operating out of this? It must have taken quite some time for a tree like this to grow.
He will turn himself.
Well, to be honest,
He kind of leans over.
I did transfer this tree. It could barely fit in the doors sideways when I first got here. It's grown much too big now to leave, so I'm afraid I'm stuck in gate 13.
He gives you a bit of a smile.
I see. Well noted. Well noted. 6XP nods.
But I moved over to the district when I started working with William.
And that was at the start of our little... at the beginning of our awakening? That was the beginning of your time here, your stint?
He nods his head.
Yes, indeed. It was something that, when...
Speaking up of... Sorry.
It was interesting to be reached out to William after encountering him in that circumstance.
It was William's decision to bring you in, then.
Of course.
He kind of turns on over as he sort of looks over.
Oh, 6XP.
Yes.
Do you know about, we spoke of it briefly, I believe, with William. He owns the, he is the primary church representative of this district. There is no one else above him. He has equals, but no superior. At least not in the city.
6XP thinks on this, and they they decide to almost time to register it as a fun factoid. He may have no superiors right now. It seems like someone is challenging him for the throne of the district.
Thank you for the segue.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. This is fine. We're gonna. She's trying so hard.
You finally managed to open the door. The phone is starting to buzz up and storm in the kitchen. You hear it. The stress of it is starting to get to your fucking nerves. But you managed to open the door and immediately get stepped through as three entities. Hold on. I need to change the music right now. I need to fucking change the music right now. There we go. As three entities fucking throw themselves through you into the thing, and you hear 6XB and Vetch from the entrance.
Where is Champion? Here for Champion. Settling this now.
Meanwhile, William is. Hello, B. I am very sorry. It seems that there's a little bit of an authority problem as far as the church is concerned. I have asked 66B for assistance, but it seems like things have gone a little bit out of my control.
You can't open that door!
Where? Where is Champion?
At this point, I think 66B and Bench would poke their heads out of the office door.
You poke your head out of the office just in time to see two rats, Bench, go into your bedroom and another room.
I pull 66B back gently, just like pulling something.
Hang on a second. This is my apartment, so if you will give me a moment.
Of course.
Lock the door behind you.
Okay.
I step out. I turn my attention over at this figure.
Are you Champion?
Points at you immediately.
I pull out a gun.
Yes, get out of my house.
Alright, I need you to roll to die.
Oh my god.
There we go. Oh my god, okay. You pull out your gun as this thing pulls out a weird, almost tuning fork-like cane at the same time. And, like, pretty much at the speed of thought, your gun starts to burn your hand, like it's, like, fucking burning up. To the point that you have to let it fall to the ground.
All right. In which case, I let it fall to the ground. It's not loaded right now, anyways. I kick it at the guy. Like I just fucking full kick it with my boot.
Give me a roll to do.
Holy shit! That's my goat! That's why he's the goat!
Was that Ricky G?
Okay, so this would be like a like ranged attack with weapons. So this would be a 5+3. So you do not wound Snatch Greyfilth immediately, but describe to me how the impact goes. Oh yeah, no, it's double, so you do instantly wound Snatch Greyfilth. Describe to me how this happens real quick.
Oh, give some narration.
Oh,
no.
right. Sorry, I didn't hear that part. So I drop it down. I basically the gun drops down, and almost in an instant, being used to handling hot things today, he arcs back with his boot and like hits it with the steel tip, and it just flies through the air, and it smacks directly into like the goggled side of the face as there's like a crack and a glass shatter as like the floor just stumbles back briefly.
Stumbles back, wounded, falls flat ass onto the ground.
I'm going to then use my movement to close the distance, move up, sweep up my gun, put it into my pocket, and be like, "You are invading my house and rattling through my things. Leave."
Meanwhile, I throw open the nearby door and go after this one.
You open the door, and immediately this one like fucking jumps and like starts to fucking like, you know how cats start running in place when the ground doesn't quite like catches their paws. This one tries to like escape you. I really need a roll to do.
let me go. Okay. It's looking yeah, that's 5. Makes sense. Okay. No, it's too evasive.
It's evasive. So what happens is that you say this, Bench, as like the door opens behind you, slaps you into the back, as you see this rat run into your bedroom.
66B throws open the door, closes it, locks it. There are no more in there, at least.
Okay, hold on. What happens over here, B?
Jesus Christ.
I
He's
love
watching
the
all
words.
of
Oh my
this, and
God.
there's just a moment
Oh my
of like,
goodness.
yeah, there's just a moment as she looks over at William. Of course this would be your problem. She's gonna go after, she's gonna try and go, actually, hang on. While the rat was like running through the hall, could she have possessed its cloak?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, give me a roll to do to see if you manage to catch him in time.
Let's see. 15.
15. Yeah, that's enough. Switch yourself to your stealth pog, and I'm gonna move both of you. So you manage to catch the cloak just in time as he goes through this door. You see through the cloak immediately that the other rats, through no fucking... It doesn't make sense that they would do this, so the only thing that you could surmise is that they're doing this on instinct, is ruffling through Bench's things. Fucking immediately. Drawer after drawer after drawer, just throwing shit on the ground and trying to, like, find things to steal.
Oh my god. Could she hop from one rat to the other and try and wrap
You know
it
what?
in its own
Give me the
cloak?
roll to do to see if you could jump over. That will be your last action before we go to somebody else.
No.
Oh, unfortunately, no. This one is like moves just in time for your focus to break to move on to another thing. And like he throws so much shit in the way that it's like fucking weird to try to aim. Meanwhile, over hold on, over here, you hear the commotion in your bedroom, Mr. Bench.
Is this guy distracted with picking
Yeah.
shit up?
This guy is like weirdly like tugging at his clothes and just like repeatedly like stomping his foot and tail on the ground. I'm like, get out, get out, get out, get out.
You. Actually, no, I don't even say that. I just backstab him with my gun. That same routine as last time. Just bonk.
Fog instantly wound this rat as he falls to the ground unconscious. You could tell, however, that Snatched Greyfilth is not unconscious after one wound and gets back up into the hallway. But you are in this room now. After you do this, we'll pass to this rat, who then sees you do that. It's like and fucking climbs on top of the fucking thing.
Get off my dresser!
6B, it's your turn.
66B is going to rush over and do the very like, I am trying to get a cat off of a high place while it is losing its goddamn mind. They throw their arms up and are like moving back and forth, trying to be like, all right, just come down, I'll catch you. I will plant
This
you
rat
in the
takes
ground.
takes the two drawers that are at the top of the dresser and throws them at you. Ready to roll to die?
Still wounded, thunk, thunk.
Oh, no, you would not be. You would not
Oh,
be. So,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
unwound that and roll again.
Let me roll to die.
10.
Wait,
Wonderful.
hold
Yeah.
on, it didn't.
Oh no, wait.
Yeah, let me go again. 12,
There we go.
there you
12. Okay, wonderful. Yeah. You managed to dodge the fucking things. What's your action as you dodge the drawers?
Using the fact that the drawers are slightly unbalanced, I'm gonna tip the base of the cabinet towards me to try to make the rat fall off from the top. And if this goes bad, I will bombard myself with the contents of what's in here.
You roll to do.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, damn.
Okay, describe to me how you catch this rat.
As two drawers flip down at them, 66B lifts their arms up, picks up both of the drawers, flits them to the other hand, shakes the cabinet with one of them, and then almost using this like a tiny little cage, makes the rat fall straight into the open drawer that it just threw at 66B, catching them, scooping them. They flip the other drawer around and clap it on top, containing them therein.
Hold on, I'll give you control of this rat. Here you go, you have control of the rat.
Fantastic.
That's beautiful.
They hold it just like, what should I do with this?
As you say this, you hear from the hallway behind you. I will focus bang. I do believe that if as you said, the rules of the duel was first blood, I do believe that the Church of Gate 13 has won, and therefore you have to work under me at this point.
Yes!
starts stomping the ground onto the hallway. Anyway, back here because those rats have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
The one that bench hit is still on the ground because it's wounded, it's unconscious. But the one that's in your arm, 6-6B, is still just going.
Hold on. One moment.
Crashing.
I believe I heard a
locked.
noise. I heard a noise outside, like a scream.
Take it outside, please.
B is gonna hop into the cabinet drawer and try and help 6-6B keep it clamped.
Give you a rope
Alright.
to do.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. You managed to give him like weirdly like more almost telekinetic. It's weird pressure. 6-6B, you did not see her possess the thing, so it just gets weirdly like easier, but like kind of strange alien to you the way you managed to contain this rat. But eventually the rat sort of like and just starts like tiring itself.
Shh, shh, shh. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Just gonna take a nap right here.
Over here.
I've finished. I rolled a 15. Is that enough
Oh,
to
lovely.
acquire a small little pieces of information to maybe build a disguise on one of these guys at some point? I'll have to research them more to understand their way they act, but
You know what? No,
Getting-
I'll give you the one of the three. Absolutely. Yeah.
perfect. Rat disguise written down. Thank you.
Red disguise beginnings.
Oh my god, incredible.
You immediately you're like, oh, I know a tailor that can make cloaks like these super easy. The only problem now, I guess, is the skull.
I take this, consider this, take a few notes, and I fucking rip them out of my goddamn bed.
Fucking throw it out into the fucking hallway.
You.
I turn around.
Don't do that over.
You want to go again?
I see
No.
you've met my champion.
What?
You have disrespected me today. I will not accept any duels or any nonsense like this. Get out of my house.
Oh god. You know what? Give me like an intimidation with a roll to do.
Okay.
Oh my god!
You fucking say that to this guy, and you're like, also, you know what? Just because I want to see how high this goes. Hey, 6-6B,
Yeah.
tower over bench right now, and
Oh.
give him an extra d6.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, you tower behind bench, and the rat fucking looks at bench, looks at you, looks back at bench, recoils, and basically goes,
As per rules of duels, you won.
fucking just runs away, leaving his guys behind.
Incredible.
William,
Hello.
what was that?
That was unfortunately, apparently, a struggle for dominion over my chapel. I was trying to explain that there was no such rules, but unfortunately they were very insistent, and as a effort to reduce violence to a minimum, I had them accept the fact that I could have a champion for myself, which I designated as 6-6B. Unfortunately, the rats grew impatient.
I see. Well,
B pops out of the drawer. Fucking course.
He steps aside.
well then, William. I'm glad we helped the church today. So, if you would not mind, I would appreciate if you would escort these gentlemen out of my house.
Yes, of course. He goes over and starts carrying this rat out. 6-6B, could you give the drawer pile to Mouse? Thank you.
Yes, of course. Hold on. I don't think this one's fully asleep yet. I shake the drawers.
you shake the drawer, and like almost like a fucking bird who got its head covered, it's just snoring.
B he looks at the drawer, then glances over at 66B. Just crack open the box just a little bit, real quick.
I crack open the box the tiniest little bit.
She's going to slip in, possess this thing's cloak, and wrap it up like a straitjacket.
You dump the pile of cloth and bone onto the ground, and Mouse goes, "Oh, well, it was nice meeting you all again.
It was.
Very sorry for the
So this is where you
interruption.
went. What happened? Did the rats pick you up and carry you off?
Well, I did meet the rats on the way here. They apparently grew quite attached to my name for some reason, and have decided that I was part of the gang, as they say. So, yes, they kind of dragged me around across the city. But they eventually got me back to Gate 13, which is where I was supposed to go, so it's a win in my book.
We were actually assigned to come find you.
Oh, I am very sorry about that. That's,
That was yesterday.
Mission accomplished.
I suppose so. That was yesterday. Have the rats been dragging you everywhere overnight?
Oh, I've seen, I think, 4 separate districts at this point. Would you believe it's quite interesting how fast they go. Even though they don't know anything about the catacombs of Libra, they found their way very, very fast. It's almost natural to them. It's quite fascinating, really.
Calculating. Wait a second. If Bench just won that duel, then, does that not make him the king of the rats? Or does that make
I will say that I have absolutely no idea. I did not even know that there was any plans for a duel or discussion of dominion of the chapel. That's not what Snatch told me at all when he came into the town. I assume it was a flight of fancy. I don't know. I will take this rat now. And he tries to lift the rat, but it's too heavy for him. So he just grabs the tail and starts dragging the rat out.
By the tail!
Oh, God.
All right. Well, see you later. It was nice seeing you. Right. I should try to hold on. He steps over the rat. I'm closing the door now. See you later.
So long.
Goodbye.
Bee watches him leave, but like out of the corner of her eye, she's been watching Bench this whole time. What's going on with him? How's he looking?
A bit miffed. A little bit miffed. They all leave, and
he's
then
pissed is what I'm hearing.
His face seems to return to some serenity when the problem leaves the apartment. But he seemed pretty pissed. You saw him kick a gun at someone.
Very well. Kicked like a football.
He readjusts his tie, turns on over, realizes you're looking at him, is just like,
Yes, we were just finishing. Anyways, if there's anything else either of you would like to say, please let's air it out before anything else happens. Hang on.
He steps back this way.
You know what? I think now is a perfect time.
You hear the door lock.
Of course. Please. This is a conversation with all of us or with one of us?
I think it should be all of us.
Well. Yeah, no.
He kind of opens the door and gestures into a different room.
Hey, as they move away, 66B stops at this door and actually thinks. It was only open for a split second, but what kind of view did 66B get of this room on the left?
On the left,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I believe I will, of course, leave like the description to Christian, but as like a setup. I believe it was last time we talked about it like a guest room, essentially.
It is. It's a guest room, spare bedroom.
Oh.
So it actually seems of all the rooms, seems to be rather well, like it's very plain in some ways. There was a different little office. The biggest thing you probably saw, though, was another big tree. Not as big as the other one, but still pretty big.
Yeah, there was a big fucking tree in there. Did it seem like it had been used other than the rat? Like, the rest of this apartment seems relatively well lived in.
Yeah. I would say this guest room looks like it hasn't been touched in a long time.
Excellent. Okay.
I'd say the most is that there is like a folder sitting on a table over there, and that's the most of clutter that exists.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Then 66B will again look in the mirror, double check their face, and then go through.
Perfect. B, as you come into the room, you see Bench reacquiring his phone. He goes over to some tea, and it's already cold as he sort of just scratches. And he kind of steps back this way, and then just, okay.
Oh, sorry for running you around. There's a seating over here.
He moves on over and takes a seat at this nice little, pleasant little room over here.
What is it, Miss Robbins, that you would like to speak of?
Well, she glances over at 66B. I don't know about you, but personally, she looks back over at Bench. I have had some concerns. Specifically about our two doctor friends. She stares pointedly at Bench again.
How so?
Yes, I'm curious. How so?
You don't think that it's maybe questionable that the two doctors for our bodies and our brains are also the only doctors that are doctoring for themselves?
Oh, I see. That does make quite a bit of sense. Are you receiving proper medical care?
Or psychological, for that matter. Stares.
In your brain, 66B.
If you would like to offer him psychological help, I can assist. We can become his therapist together.
I recently became probably on par with the best therapist I know. They do not clarify beyond that.
He gives like a weird look on that.
B also kind of glances over, just like, what?
I appreciate that. Yes, it is true that there is no, I believe there is no other medical professional for such cares in the district currently, but as of now, I feel no strong sense of danger or any concerns on that front.
That would be incredibly convenient, considering you're the only one that is supposedly qualified to make that judgment. Though, if I remember correctly, most doctors aren't supposed to be allowed to self-diagnose. Self-regulation is in fact not regulation.
Oh, that's... okay. Okay, in this instance, Bryn, I'm gonna get a bit more serious right now.
Ooh, okay. Let me
Jukebox
get...
me.
I will jukebox you. Do you want more intrigue, or what vibe do you want?
A little. I think what comes to mind right now, more so than anything, is my poor dear, wife and brother.
Oh,
my God.
I'm gonna set. Hold on, I'm gonna set you up real quick. Give me 1 second as I get stuff.
The Halo ODST soundtrack's been playing from my phone, and I was wondering what it was. When the music stopped, I just heard it, and I was like, what the fuck? Ricky G, what are you doing here?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ricky G.
He stops.
Huh.
This is true. There's no. It is generally not accepted in a limited field such as this. Perhaps if there was someone else in the district, I would check in more frequently. But it has been a slight difficulty to try to reach out when it has not been entirely necessary. I should perhaps
He stops a bit, and then considers something a little bit more.
Miss Robbins, is there a reason that your concerns are drifting to this?
You mean aside from the fact that both you and William have been labeled anomalous undead, and yet you are only relying upon yourselves for all of your care?
I can assure you, in this circumstance, that
He stops and
it would perhaps be correct, actually, yo. This is a dangerous circumstance. I have not been taking it seriously.
he reaches into his coat, slips a hand and is touching something through a pocket, not really feeling like touching it right now.
Yuval, has anything strange happened to any of you since the incident?
Oh boy. Yeah. You mean aside from the obvious?
Yes. No, not obvious, no. Different.
I'm not sure.
He turns to 6B.
Anything strange?
Oh,
I believe you. Did we speak previous?
Out of character, did you speak previously to him about the dream you had?
oh yeah, no, I did talk about
Yeah.
seeing the shape again.
Yes, the shape again.
It's
yes, so.
funny. 66B, as you've been talking, has definitely taken to the chessboard immediately in front of them.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
they've been playing, but it's a funny thing. They'll move a piece and then calmly wait and then move the other piece, and then they seem to be like on the other side of the board, and it seems like all of these moves are very considered. Like they're actually taking their time thinking about them, and it seems like the black pieces are moving incredibly quickly and decisively, and the white pieces are taking a really, really, really long time to decide. And you will watch their hand double back and forwards, almost as if like taking back moves and almost misplaying, while the black pieces just one after the other, almost robotically. Yes?
I stare at the board a bit. And I see the game state. And I'm locked into yellow, so I
Yeah.
think he stops.
Your play is quite good. I've never seen a player play against themselves and be uneven, however.
I pause and turn and look. The dice. Yeah, it makes sense that this one would be the only one that truly turns out. I lean inwards and, on one side, I am operating based on instinct. On the other, I am consciously and logistically reacting to those moves. The rather unusual thing is they point across the table. The indecisive side. Those are my instincts. Points over at the black side of the board. This is the logic, what I am consciously considering.
I see. It is in a game of chess that actually makes quite a lot of sense. Logic in dictating your plans. You understand the game, which is surprising. Do not believe we have spoken of chess before.
Yes, They look over at it. it's funny. A simple way to put it would be, the white pieces are teaching the black pieces how to play. I consciously did not know anything of chess, yet simultaneously it feels like I'm learning from that other side. And yet, in this short span, it seems I've grown more decisive on this side of the board, more consciously aware of every single move that I'm making. Sorry, did you want to know about the shape?
Yes, the shape.
They turn and they stare at you, and you notice as they talk, their hand moves out and is still playing chess. But they're still conducting a normal conversation with you. It's White's turn, naturally, and they are waffling about it substantially. But yeah, they lean forwards and they're like, yes, I did experience visions of the shape once more. It was like dancing through an alabaster void. I had 2 sensory organs that were ripped away from me, one after the other. I felt myself lose something, and in losing, gain. The move finishes. Hold on a second. They turn and quickly play the black piece. Anyway, and then their body continues on, playing the white pieces off to the side. I have not experienced... Wait, no, yes I did. A flash of that dream. Just a momentary thing. I saw the shape. I saw it, I believe, around the time that we were engaging with the catacombs.
I see. And did you...
He kind of considers more.
All right. Okay. I had a dream this morning.
He reaches finally. I think B, if you've been paying any attention to him at all, you've probably noticed that his hand has been in his pocket the entire time, and finally he seems to grip something, and you can see the muscles in his arm flex as he pulls out a rather hefty but also small enough to hold on your person object and puts it down on the table.
Do either of you recognize this?
Oh, this is spicy.
Yeah, I want to hear what both of you have to say, and
Yeah,
both of you do. But I'm also curious if 66B might know something that he didn't think he knew.
Before that happens, Black takes the board and almost subconsciously, 66B's hand twitches over and throws a little bit of a fit, and you see them pause a split second away from smashing the chessboard. Like the arm picks up and they're like, and then they catch themselves and they're like, right, of course, this happens in the background. It's like they're not even paying attention to it.
Yeah.
As they lean in and spider-like almost move in to consider the object in front of them. Bryn, does this spark any memories?
Does this spark any memories? You look at the object.
Yeah.
And as you do, the first thing that comes back to mind is that you remember seeing it wielded by a white-haired figure looking very somewhat similar to Mouse the day of the incident where everything happened.
Ooh.
However, that memory, that vision, is not from the point of view of the knight which you see in the picture.
I register all of this 1-to-1.
So you remember?
I did see it, but it was not from my perspective.
This matches up. The dream I envisioned in a dream a shift of perspective. I was not me.
You were not you.
No,
Who were you?
I don't know. Someone. Though I think I did.
Kind of thinks about it.
I did recognize someone. Not person. They had a cloak. Some of the hooligans we've been dealing with them.
What color was the scarf that they wore?
Green.
Green. So it is a member
Or
of...
was it green? Or...
Yeah, it was green, right?
It was green, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a member of the Mafia family. Interesting. We could likely follow up with her if we're curious, if they lost a member particularly lately, or if a member was acting strange. They would likely know.
This is something to consider, yes. We should. But that is, why I was wondering. You are concerned I might be burning my candle at both edges, Beatrice?
He called you Beatrice there. That's
Yeah,
never does that.
I was gonna ask if he actually did that. Real quick, God, does she recognize that at all? Does it look
The
even
device?
vaguely familiar to anything she's seen before?
The device, specifically?
Yes.
Let me think for a sec. Sort of, maybe. You think you have seen the way I'm gonna say it is that you recognize it in the sense that you recognize it to be a legacy. You have not seen
Okay.
this particular one before. You actually didn't see it at all during the incident. You were far more preoccupied by other things.
Yes.
But you have a sense of familiarity in the sense of, oh, I have seen what a legacy is, so as a result, I know that this is one. But that pretty much is where that familiarity ends.
Okay. So there's a vague glint of recognition, but not quite. Where the fuck did you get a legacy?
He kind of looks at it on the table.
I found it the day of the disaster.
Ye-
It was on the ground next to a man.
He kind of reaches into a notebook and he's going to actually pull out a little page with a little sketch, like a detail sketch of what the guy looks like.
The face was in my brain for a while. At the time, I was not yet underemployed, but I was...
He kind of
My brain just went into emergency mode. I picked it up, not really thinking, and then been holding on to it since. I didn't think it was any matter, but it did something last night. It got into my head.
he
There's a phrase that comes to my mind.
he is going to brace himself just in case this pulls out any emotions, and he says,
I have this experience of missing a wife I've never had. A
Or
brother I
did I?
do not know.
Oh.
and yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
you keep it together.
He stays clicked in on that.
And beyond that, there's a feeling of knowing I've left them in a safe place, but knowing I might never see them again. It is a very familiar feeling, but they are not my own thoughts, and I know that. It is an experience of an invasive mind. It is not anything I've ever experienced before.
He considers for a bit.
This has become of paramount importance to me. There are concerns for the district, concerns for other things. But if I'm going to take this seriously, then I will admit, yes, I'm a bit out of my element. And I do not believe another therapist would be in the element to help with this as well. However, perhaps I could ask of assistance from you two for this one thing.
6 XP's expression relaxes. But of course, assistance in this regard is quite literally the least that I could do. I must admit, it has drawn my curiosity as well. But it follows a very simple question. Why you? Is it your proximity to this device, or is it some other reason?
That I would not know.
He kind of looks at it.
It did seem to be going hot. I If you would like, if someone else would like to hold on to it for a small period of time, could potentially see if that changes anything.
There is, of course, an experiment we could do with it, but it would prove to be likely quite dangerous, and not one I would attempt outside William's direct purview, were I
What
to
would that be?
attempt to interface with it.
I kind of look at it.
Is this necrotech? Technically? I suppose, even if it wasn't, it might do some sort of effect. But yes, that would be potentially, though I would worry of your health.
Yes, that is why I would ask for both of my doctors to be present should we attempt.
And furthermore, we should potentially have some muscle. The impulse to follow
He kind of thinks about the word that came to his mind.
the call. That is what they called it in the dream. I would worry if you followed this call, we might not be able to stop you. So we should make sure there's someone who can stop you if that happens.
That would be wise.
Yeah.
We should do this experiment the day Sunripa gets bail, is all I'm saying.
I mean,
Damn,
I
that'd
don't
be
know. I
crazy.
don't know. He's got plus. What is it?
You say the call, and B's eyes fucking snap to you.
This you seem to know more of than the Sam
He kind of looks.
legacy. What is it?
I don't know for sure a great deal of things, but you don't fuck around with legacies. That's how you destroy entire civilizations. And also, what do you mean by the call?
It was something I tried to ask, but it was not explained to me.
Explained by who?
The people in my dream. I never got a name, never got anything. All I got was
He drifts off for a second, and then just kind of pulls himself back.
the call was a feeling, something that pulled. Whatever was happening in my brain, I associated and assumed it would be what the call was. But upon searching for such things, when I woke up, I found no sort of detailed discussion otherwise of this call. But again, what do you know of it?
Bryn,
Yes.
message.
Yes. Oh. Very
I know
technically, yes.
Okay.
Very technically.
Have you... There is... She pauses and shakes her head, and she looks back at the device, and it almost seems to take physical effort for her to look away from it and back to you. I don't know if it is the same, but one of the things that is common to deal with, especially among ghosts, but technically among any who have moved on to the next stage of life. There is something called a call, it usually is implied to be the thief.
Oh, he realizes that and he's like, that would not make sense. The 3 people I saw in the dream that were speaking of the call, they were all human. Fully. Not dead at all. They had yet to die and transfer over.
God. The frown immediately just goes to something that is almost a snarl. And she stops herself and closes her eyes, and you see her, that active attempt to calm herself. As she, that does something to her. She isn't happy to hear that.
He's gonna, really quick. He kind of stands up and considers slightly. I'm gonna make 2 rolls to do really quick.
Mm-hmm.
This one's against this, sorry, 6-6B. That's it. This one's against you, 6-6B.
Yeah.
And this one's against Beatrice. Okay, so the one against Beatrice, which I don't know if you want to like roll a die against it or not. I'm about to pry. I'm about to pry hard.
Mm-hmm.
Is first one against you, Beatrice. He's like,
If you would not mind, I don't want to cross our relationships, so Beatrice, this is not coming from me as a therapist. However, I want you to tell me about that. I can tell you know something, and there's some memory that's being dragged out, so tell me about it.
all right, you don't fucking have to listen to me if you don't want to. Fucking fine.
This is less like figuring out like if she's going to listen. This is more her figuring out how much she's willing to actually say.
And 6-6B, I'm looking at the chessboard.
Yeah.
And at that moment, the next turn white comes about.
6-6B is so the board's been reset. They're playing again.
Yes,
Again, the
yes.
white pieces are losing. You notice that 6-6B's attention has mostly been on Beatrice, but it's actually moved past to the checkerboard in the background. And
Ooh, yeah.
their eyes been drawn to that, and they seem to be fixated on it. And they're doing mental math about so you've got green pieces and white pieces, and immediately next to it, again, tiny little shrubberies and columns in equal amounts. And why would you play a checkers game with both of those? And they're so fixated. 8 pieces both sides, 8 pieces on diagonals of the board. Why would it be laid out that way? And then white finishes their turn, and in an instant their gaze twitches back in a split second. And white, the reliance on the horses across the board, to the detriment of all other units, driving their pawns forward consistently as a rook sweeps across and quietly penetrates the back line, as you watch their face split back to a smile, and then they turn back to focusing on the checkerboard and trying to dissect it again.
Nice. It is that exact moment that you're kind of going back, that Bench is looking at the board, examining it, and then he immediately steps forward and reaches his hand across, and actually, rather rudely, reaches forward and plays a move for you on the board.
You see 6-6B's hand pause. That roll to do. That 22 is literally you do it without 6-6B noticing, because they're too focused on the checkerboard in the corner.
Yes.
And you see their hand pause actually, and sort of you see the knuckles individually crack as if they're agitated for a split second, and then they turn, look back to the board, and have a look of surprise as they look down at it, and then they react quickly, and they react quickly just the same, but they misplay. The white piece is able to quickly follow up on it, and almost before they look away again, you see the hand twitch over to you and do like a finger snap and then a point at you like,
Oh, gosh.
What the fuck is happening?
like a very, very nice. Are you gonna keep discreetly playing the chess game?
Yes.
Okay.
I will keep obfuscating your chessboard.
Give me a roll to do.
Okay.
Oh my god, okay,
Ooh.
so over the course of this conversation, you are gonna bring the white pieces to a victory here. And when you do, the hand actually twitches to the side and offers you a congratulatory victory handshake. Before 6XB almost seems to notice, look down, realize that you're shaking hands, squint at it, look up at you and go, yes, I apologize for using your chessboard and my bad.
He sort of just looks across the way.
It's quite all right. I understand that you are able to split your attention between multiple facets of situations. It is a great skill.
They sort of like look back and forth. Yes. I don't mean to interrupt the current conversation. They reset the board and then continue working on it again. This same process repeats.
He kind of considers about it.
Please, I would prefer to get your judgment on these matters. Besides,
he sort of he stops the board as he kind of looks at it.
when you split your attention between so many different little pieces, it requires you to manage all the little people doing different things, and when you get distracted there, it's very easy to slip in and just play my own game. I think I would prefer if all of you are paying attention.
They actually look over at the three-sized columns. They look back over at the piano, at the carpet within a carpet over in the corner, and they turn over and look at you for a split second. It seems you are speaking from experience here. I will listen. They sort of duck their head and nod. As far as points of interest, as far as digging in on our own involvement, I believe this is worthy, important, and certainly worth our time. In terms of your own personal focus, Miss Cole, it seems like your attention and attitudes are not congruent with what I understand of you up to this point. Are you being called?
He considers that.
There's perhaps something of the sort happening. I will have to be very vigilant on myself.
Is it wise to pursue, then, in that case? Or is pursuing perhaps a way that you can find relief?
I'm going to redirect my eyes over to Beatrice.
Tell me, you are very knowledgeable on this subject, so perhaps I should consider my doctor, but
He looks.
is learning more about the cult a path to ruin, traditionally?
I don't know. She, at this point, is back to staring at the legacy device. The only thing that I know about as far as feeling the call when you are not in corpsehood is that, at least as far as I was ever aware, is that I was experiencing it while I was dying.
Oh.
Huh.
The
I see. That is good to know. Yes. Well, if I must suggest anything, we have a boot to our neck. That is the city council. They are doing a number of things to keep us busy. I believe our further existence is currently a threat. There is something happening to us. And if we do not figure it out, then even if chasing the cord is certain death, or is the end of all death, it might be up to us to repeat the journey the necromancers made. We are a special case. Nobody knows how to help us. All we can do is help ourselves.
Hold on. So you say that, and
Yes.
the red stat immediately flares up as usual. It's like, straight fucking fire, my man. He is speaking a language, and man, does it resonate. From the bottom of my core to the exterior of my mind. That speaks to us. Oh yeah. We vibe. Adding to the Knight's Code. Sorry, carry on.
since there was a tie there, I will just add on.
Though it is not potentially a professional thing to accept a therapist's self-diagnosis, it would still be wise to get him to see help.
Pauses, freezes, turns. That was an extremely cool thing to say that I'm going to memorize and probably internalize. However, you should also still seek professional help. It's so like out of like their entire body language changed during that. It was like they went full rigid, turned robotically stated that, and then fell back to the same old relaxed attitude and went back to the chess game.
They formed a mustache for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. I suppose I could speak to William about this matter. Even if he does not help himself.
Perhaps Mast could help.
I think genuinely in this situation, he stops.
I don't know if I can trust Mouse for this, but perhaps so. He was from outside the library, and I know not of his experiences and what he was taught. Maybe he is capable in this situation.
That kid's a walking doormat. He'll never get through to William.
Oh, no, not to William, but perhaps he can help us.
Oh. Shrugs.
At this point, I do not know anyone who can get through to William.
Have you considered contacting the Toscano family related to that missing individual?
Perhaps, though I need to find a good reason to. I can figure something out. In the meanwhile, I suppose if anything is hard or if you have any more thoughts of this,
He considers the two of them.
we should look into it.
Yes, agreed. If anything comes to mind, I will come back with information.
Yes.
He pulls this little notebook to the side and like makes a little note for himself.
Oh, and one more thing. We do have a rather large concern as the quota has gone up, and I've currently was curious if either of you had ideas, just to take them down. Just to take them down.
Change the music.
God.
Give me the rap music again.
I believe he is rather distressed right now. You should potentially try to speak out and change the subject. Really bring back the mood. It's a common thing for people to try to change the subject when they want to make the mood lighter.
Yes, we will focus on his recent victories. Well, based on that interaction earlier, I believe you are currently King of the Rats.
What?
You engaged in a duel as my champion for control of the chapel in the district. I believe this should give you no small amount of sway with the rats.
Oh. Huh. Well,
He snorts.
the rats, yes. Well, they seem to have a good knowledge of the. Yes, actually, I think that would be quite useful. Thank you, 66B.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, very technically, they are necromancers.
This is true. Perhaps, what was his name? Grey Filth something Snatch? He shouted it very loudly.
I have no idea.
Perhaps he has all of our secrets squared away.
At the very least, offering them a home or place to stay within our district would certainly make things more lively, wouldn't it?
You say that, and he gets like a flash on his face as he kind of reaches to his phone.
Right.
He takes it out, checks if there's any missed calls or messages, and then
Nothing
kind
so
of
far.
turns his attention over.
Miss Robbins.
He kind of turns over.
Do you have any ideas or any plans for this cycle?
Unfortunately, most of my ideas are not. Well, in all honesty, I don't know how applicable they would be to this particular cycle. She makes a little whirling motion with her finger, mostly because I don't know when they're going to be happening. But a friend of William and mine's is going to be coming by soon, another necromancer from District 4.
I see. Well, hopefully they come soon, and if not, we'll try to find something else. But in the meanwhile, if you, we could perhaps split up in that way. I'm going to try to make those boys profitable that are staying in our district now, and see something about those rats. And in the meanwhile, though, if you would like to look up some more information upon the things we talked about today, that could be very useful for all of us.
I will act upon this. Thank you very much for your time today. Your consideration has been rather enlightening.
I'm glad a session such as this has gone well for you. I'm sorry. That was a joke. You fired me.
Huh? Oh! Yes! Yes, I did. Internally to the inner bench is just like, he doesn't know.
He just broke patient therapist confidentiality. In fact, he should probably have his license revoked.
Damn.
Oh my god.
The voice of ethics coming for his ass.
We're gonna take a break here.
Oh my god, I love this bit so much. Oh my god, I know where I'm going.
Lovely. Yeah. We're gonna take a little break. If you guys want to go bathroom, go get some water, get
Yeah, sounds good to
a
me.
snack, etc. Now's the time.
Woo!
Chad, how you doing?
Woo.
Chat.
Lots happening. My
So much is
goodness.
happening. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hello, chat. I can see you. Hope everyone's having fun. The intrigue is off the charts today.
Yes. We're getting into the
I've
meat.
been so fucking tense all session. It's not even funny.
As usual, you guys are cooking. Thank you.
Aw, thank you.
Hopefully nothing burns in the kitchen.
Third part of the session so far is just the PC sitting in a room talking to each other. That's what happens when you do an intrigue-based campaign. A lot of the big things that happen is people talking in a room, and yet the tension is you can cut it with a knife. Can you guys be honest? Did the player coordinate about killing on
One of their eyes.
each one of their eyes? No.
No.
They
Nope.
did not.
No. No.
This
Zero
is just,
coordination.
this is just happening.
Also, Bee didn't lose one of her bugs. She had both of them by the end of it. Thank you very much. She takes very good care of her eyes and her bugs.
Sure is really something special. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I am so glad. As we're starting to delve into the weirder mysteries of Libra, which is
I'm so
wonderful.
fucking excited.
I did not expect. I'm very excited. I did not expect Bench to talk about his
Yeah,
experience
open
from
up.
this
No, that
morning
was
at all,
sick as hell.
which is very, very cool and sets everybody on a path that I did not expect. Very nice.
It's so funny when it's just like, yes, a moment of honesty that completely shifts the trajectory of that campaigin.
Yeah.
Is just like that's so fucking funny to me, and it's crazy.
bitch
and I'm
needs help.
So excited. That bitch needs help. God, can I also just say that the fucking what is it the bit from We Live in the Shadows or whatever, just like yes, may I approach the bitch? What did you say? I said, may I approach the bench? What did you think I said? Has been playing through my head since session 1.
God. That was great.
I'm so happy.
Good fucking stuff. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Loving that we're touching upon some things.
Things and stuff and stuff and
And
things.
stuff and stuff and things.
That's great.
Oh, very cool so far.
Yes.
Didn't talk about the creatures.
Those
Those things are fucking awful. I love them.
I love
I'm
those
glad.
rats
I'm glad you like.
so much.
Oh,
I-
I love the rats. I
What?
meant the creature. The
Oh.
dream creature.
Oh, yeah, the skin relocator.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not just the thing itself, but also the way you swapped between the icons there. Which is very good.
Thank you.
That was wild.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Those creatures better watch. Actually, this is
Those creatures better watch out, 66B. What they're doing is illegal. They could go to jail for that.
Robotically turns. You can go to jail for that.
I'm sorry for what? Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god.
I really love the prompt of tiebreaker Alon in your fucking brain.
Oh my
Which
god.
doesn't honestly break ties most of the time and just adds another comment to make it harder.
I love it so much.
So yeah, I assume also, Christian, that now you have an idea of what I was talking about when I said that the ball is in your court with that stuff, and I don't want to make the decision for you.
Oh, no, this is great. I love this.
So feel free to interact with that prompt as you may.
Everything's fine and normal and fine.
Everything's fine, normal and fine.
Whoops
I'm happy
says,
to make Bench a member of
Yeah.
the Cozy Sleepy Jammy Squad. Absolutely.
I'm so happy we disturbed him on this midnight dreary.
So you have a big comical candle as well to hold once she disturbed in the tender hours of the night.
Got his
Yeah.
little sleepy cap with the puff at the end of it.
I'm
Goodness.
sorry to wake you, William, upon this midnight rally. I was going to make some cookies. Drank all the milk. I've just been hiding out in your floorboard gang. But
Floorboard
I just don't.
Oh, I see how it is. I can't get into the floors, but at the second some motherfucker with actual tangibility starts prying up. Whatever, it's fine.
I use my bench wrench to get inside of any office.
God.
This is what the bench inside 66B's brain sounds like.
Yeah. I'm glad I have
Very
access
evil.
to a parody bench so I can control myself with actual bench.
Oh yeah, no, now whenever we're apart, feel free to chime in literally whenever.
I'm excited for the point where 66B has a version of each one of our characters.
Yes.
I wonder who the fuck it's gonna be from me, but that's very interesting.
Brain
So I
mouse,
think
let's
Ripper
go.
Rat, like,
Brain rat!
I don't know. My money's on either Ed or Madison.
Oh my god.
66B version of Edward. Oh god. Oh god. Lovely. Well, I just grabbed like a quick snack really quickly, but I am back, so whenever
I'm
you guys
good
are ready.
whenever.
Okie dokie. And I will get us back.
I'm good.
All right.
So, as I prep myself real quick. Now that it has been realized that we don't necessarily have a plan, but perhaps a number of trails. You three step outside of the apartment, go all the way down the elevator, and step once more outside. Into the empty streets. I will shift, thank you. This is a free roam segment.
Ooh, excellent. So, 66B turns over to Bench. Are you going after the rats or someone else?
Well, I'm afraid that I think I'll be busy close into the evening. But perhaps
He considers this.
it would be nice to get them to be at hand and ready for any sort of future plans we need them for. 66B, what are you
Yes.
planning to do?
I'm going to go to the church.
I see.
He thinks about that.
Well, I'm waiting on call for anything.
Oh.
I stop, turn down.
Wow. All right. Hang on. Hello?
Hello. I am calling upon the arrival of your new parenthood.
He stops, thinks about that for a second, and then kind of looks at it.
Oh, I see. I'll be there soon, yes. Where are you?
He gives you a location, basically says, I am arriving with the car and everyone is in.
All right. I see. All right. Okay. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
He hangs
Okay.
up, puts the phone away as he's just like,
All right. I'm going to go off. I have to go speak to, Jeremy's boys are back, and I'm going to go talk to them.
I see. 66B seems to think to themselves for a moment. Do you have it handled?
I should have it handled, yes. Do you think you have the charge handled?
Yes, I think I do.
I step forward.
Miss Robbins.
Yes, where does that leave you?
Oh my god. That's an excellent question. Hang on. Oh boy. Would you mind terribly, actually, if I went with you? She looks at Bench.
He thinks about it for a bit.
6XP almost answers and goes, no, of course not, and then realizes, oh.
Yeah. He stops a bit as he thinks about that. As he's like, let me think about this for a second.
Well, I admit I was going to be very careful about this.
He is gonna kind of like,
I will allow you to come with me if you wish. However, I did have something else, I suppose.
and he considers.
I was hoping, perhaps we spoke of what we spoke of.
He's gonna reach into his pocket again, and he pulls out the legacy and kind of holds it for a second.
Before I even ask this, is this something you can hold on to? Its nature is different.
You pull that out, and immediately you see her move back a little.
Mm-hmm.
And her hands kind of draw closer to herself. I would rather not test to see.
I see. I understand. Well then,
He slips it back into his coat.
I was hoping you could look into it for me, because this is still on my mind. It might interfere with my work. But if you do wish to come with me, I'd like to ask why.
Legacies have a habit of being destructive, and as much faith as you two seem to have in your ability to bounce back, I would like to remind you that I am, in fact, on my very last life.
He's put it away. It's there, and he's just
So are you coming with me to look after me then?
She frowns for a moment.
yeah.
I suppose.
Well,
He is going to kind of move up a little bit, and then it's like,
very well. So I should tell you, and I'll tell you both now, I suppose. I'm working in a very precarious situation. I made a call to some of the people we had met with, and we are dancing on a very delicate wire with them. It was a sudden decision, but I think we might have a way to make Jamie and his boys work for us. So, you can come with me. Please, I ask you, if you hold any considerations against me.
She immediately raises her hands in like a mock surrender. I will be pleasant.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
he turns on over, and it's like,
6XP, I do also wish you good luck.
Thank you. I wish you luck as well.
Let me make one more little roll to Dyer to see what he does. Ooh, he has a split. Okay.
All right. You have both expressed an interest, so I will be blunt with you.
He's going to turn over, and
I have considered something that I would like to do in order to help the district. It is very dangerous. I can
Yes.
inform you more later, once I have formed the plan in my mind.
as he sort of checks across the way, as he looks at the two of them,
But for now, I need to know how to get people in and out of this district. That is my primary concern. If either of you find any means of that, such as these rats in the catacombs, or anything else of that matter, please inform me immediately. I believe that, from the phone call I got, things are about to get a lot harder for me.
Oh boy. Of course. I will do this to the best of my abilities.
Thank you. All right, Miss Robbins, let's go. Thank you for your patience.
She nods, looks over to 66B. Try not to get into trouble, okay?
I wish you likewise. How bad could things be? I'm going to see William after all.
I suppose that's true.
You say that, but she actively just like immediately buries her face in her hands and shakes her head, just like, okay, all right. Follows after.
Okay, so to give you guys trajectories, essentially. So down south, like the way you're going there, it is one of the ways to go to the church, but you don't have to. Going down to the church means going down floors. So if you find a golden, like diamond, like plate, a little elevator on the bottom floor, that would be like the fastest route. Where you're going now, going down south, is towards the wall, like the wall. So you don't have to go south that way. So as a result, give me a direction that all of you would like to go into, because as you know, free roaming happens sometimes. There's stuff that happens in the district. So let's see where you end up.
Yeah, okay. So just remind me one more time. I'm meeting up with the boys. They've gotten with a car, so going down
so
like that
they
way
came
seems like...
from. So essentially, the location that he gave you would be, if you look at the, if you think of the district as a grid, it would be bottom left and down a floor. So you're almost there already.
Yes, perfect.
Nice.
Then we'll keep going down. I'll probably go by the wall, because that seems like a good direction, and I might run into someone I want to see by that point. So that's kind of my plan right now.
Meanwhile, I will simply go to the left and look for a grate down.
Okie dokie. Then what I'll do, because essentially what will happen is that with your trajectory, B and Bench are gonna end up talking to that situation immediately. So let's follow 66B for a bit.
Okay.
Because since you only go to the left, let me make sure things are the way I want them to be. I will post you. Boop, put that there. Make sure I don't have clones of you. Yep, there was clones of you. Die!
Always.
There's always fucking clones everywhere. I swear to fucking God. Because the way we go about this is that as you go through, you find yourself in an empty space. And if you remember what I told you, what happens in free roam when you're in an empty space.
Yeah!
Pick a direction.
We're gonna go... the best way is, like, up and over, right? Or
Let's see. You could try also to go through the
event.
Edward's home also, if you want to go down. Which would be to
let's
the
go
left.
through Edward's home.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, we just got a hardcore parkour it.
We just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you jump for the bones on the
Okay, 15.
15. Yeah, no. It's like you don't like do a front flip or anything, but it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. No one's around to see because the district's empty. Now it's time to work our way down.
So tell me, as you walk along,
Yeah.
as you are on your own, I would imagine that as the noise outside of you quiet, perhaps the noises from inside of you get louder.
Yes.
Can we get a peek at that?
Absolutely. So as 66B moves, they're mostly just overwhelmed by all of the things that. God, how do I put this? Most of the individual like bits of consciousness that usually flit and grab around have decided to almost come inwards. Instead of boundless tendrils reaching at the environment around, grabbing absolutely everything they can, trying to build itself anew, they have pulled and yanked at the interior of Matthias Bench's apartment and are just mashing the different puzzle pieces together. It almost feels like their cognition has been fed a great feast, and right now, at the very least, they are digesting. I wouldn't call them sated exactly, but there was so much densely packed material there that they are simply feasting at the moment. As a
Very
result,
nice.
they experience something. They experience a rare amount of bliss. As far as 66B is concerned, as far as they're aware of, they experience actual intellectual silence. And in that moment, across their invisible lips, a quiet smile plays. This is why discovering things is interesting. This is why prying is interesting. To almost sate something. An insatiable hunger, an endless one, but one that can be staved off temporarily. At least at the moment, they feel at peace.
That's a very interesting word you said, that you feel at peace. Because as you walk along,
Oh? Oh no.
The shapes.
Oh no. Fuck!
as everything falls into silence, as you close your eyes, smiling, and as your body, as you've so expertly demonstrated, can just walk along without your main
We're not
attention,
autopilot, yeah.
something happens. You look at yourself, or at least you think so. It looks similar, but it feels different.
Interesting. Oh my god. In reaching out, I tried to understand in terms that I've learned more recently, in terms that I've developed over the last few months. I try to measure in terms of distance. I try to measure in terms of space. I try to measure in terms of time, not only where they are, but when they are. How close, how far. I try to reach out with hands that are not mine, because then I did not have hands.
A tiny little thing happens as you try to reach out. But you're not pulled away. Not this time.
Ooh, okay.
There is... Actually,
Yeah.
can you roll to die for me?
Please, God. Okay. Let me give it a go. There we go. 13.
Okay, 13. Wonderful. Right on the medium. Lovely. You sense that as you're trying to reach out, whatever you're looking at is trying to do the same.
Oh boy. Okay. About to do something horrible. Jutting backwards, I take my form and I extend backwards through space, long tendrils, same as always, extending outward, 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 and I begin to weave them together, threads and strands of consciousness. Instead of trying to reach out directly, I create something. It's in front of me, a puppet. Instead of reaching out directly, something that's difficult, I create this proxy. Something close, but not quite. Something that can theoretically carry word and mind, but something that does not represent me, the totality of me. At the very least, a puppet should be able to meet a puppet. If two minds cannot meet, then, at the very least, we can, via an intermediary, coexist.
Okay. You know what? Give me a roll to do for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna create a proxy and bid them to do the same.
Ooh. Okay. You manifest something that separates from you once again. Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because last time we went through this, last time the ripping sound that came from you, you did not have formed personalities within you.
No.
But now you do. Who is this?
This figure in front, the tendrils reach down and one by one begin to pluck at the puppet's strings. And this individual in front of this other being, much like itself, almost takes on the appearance, it shifts, cracking and struggling against the reality of this place, and it appears to take the shape of a tiny toy knight. So yeah, this personality, this one, toy knight.
Toy knight. Okay. So, with that good a roll on creating this thing, I'm gonna do a roll of my own.
Oh.
So, that's interesting. Okay. You do this, and you try your best to communicate without words, just with thought. Do the same. And you can tell that whatever this is, it's trying, but it's failing.
Oh boy.
You feel almost like it was your own frustration, confusion. And with more confusion comes more frustration, and with more frustration comes more confusion. A cycle that keeps on repeating and getting worse and worse and worse as they try desperately to do what you did and fail.
Yeah, let's go!
66B, are you alright?
I am happy. That's all that is.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this happiness?
My favorite delightful thing, a quirk that will not even work inside of 66B's own mind. They struggle with numbers and instead use words. I feel a deep-seated contentment. This also is creating issues. I feel envy, not for myself, but spreading outwards. Individual spikes and pangs. This only deepens my joy. It highlights exactly how lucky I am.
That's probably a 2, I think.
Neither does your inner voice understand which numbers go on the scale.
Nodding. Finally.
You may continue to walk.
Oh, yeah. Is this a door right here? Or
Nope, that's just a wall. You would
Just
need
a
to go
wall.
where
It's over
you
here.
usually go to the west.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna work our
As
way.
you reach this
Oh.
space specifically, I need you to give me a roll to do.
Roll to do. Yeah, 12.
That is actually good enough. As you basically hear from over there, "Ah, just the man I want! Hey Ray! Hey Ray!"
Oh, God, yeah, it's time to get involved.
They disappear into the north.
Yep, we're getting involved instantly.
Full body night sprinting.
Yeah, no, floating, let's go.
And as you go north to go investigate on whatever the fuck is happening over there, the camera does not follow you.
Ooh.
Instead, goes to two other individuals. Let me shift ping to you. There he is, the dad of the hour.
I stop for a moment as I look across, and I sort of draw my attention at both of them and then everyone else.
Hello, boys.
Hello. As per discussed over the phone, well, they're your responsibility now. They're off my hands, so enjoy.
He steps
As you
forward.
look at the boys, they're all kind of like shuffling awkwardly.
Yeah. He steps over, turns over, and kind of looks across.
Hello, boys. I am Jason Monet. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Right, well, I guess he sort of turns around, all the other boys kind of nod at him, he's just kind of, I guess I'm the mouthpiece for, I guess we're not the Bloody Bulls anymore, but yeah, I guess I'll be the middleman between us and you, sir.
I kind of reach my hand out.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
He shakes your hand shakily, as immediately the individual right next to that, good job. All right, well, I got stuff to do, so I'll be on my way. He starts to like leave.
Still no name?
Turns around, looks at you, finger guns, gets in the car.
So much.
The other car also will go away as the boys, Jeremy's boys, kind of all go. Right.
Yeah. Introductions. All your names. Come on, boys.
Alrighty. Let me get that real quick for you.
Desperately rolling on the name generator.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I did not do that. Okay. All right. So this one's my name is Morgan Mahmood. That's this one. I will not reveal their nameplate. That's not my problem.
Excellent to meet you, Morgan. What do you say strong suit is?
Well, back in the Bloody Bulls, I was kind of like the. Is it like he looks at Jeremy? I'm like, are we like? Is it okay to like admit past activity? This is not a cop. What are you fucking? Sorry, the cops don't exist. So my apologies. This is not
a watcher.
This is not a watcher or anything. Like, it's fine. Right. I was like good at like getting through doors.
A pickpocket.
More like. I like to say locksmith.
Ah, I see.
He like there's a little laugh at that and he's just like,
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mambut.
I turn on over to another guy.
This guy goes up. Hi, my name's Riley. I was the muscle.
Riley. Muscle, huh? You look like a... He's a big guy.
He doesn't look any different than the other guys.
I see. He nods his head. He turns attention on over to another guy, and it's like the same process goes through.
Yeah, some process.
bud?
Evan Perry.
Evan Perry, huh?
I'm the driver.
Ah, okay.
He goes in, shakes his hand as well. He's giving these boys like shakes, pats, and stuff. He's just generally trying to like calm them down a bit, and goes up to the last one.
Hi, my name's Zach Preston. I was kind of new to the whole lifestyle, but like I think I'm pretty good with computers.
Oh, computer guy. Okay.
He takes notes of that, and then he's just like,
All right, boys. Let me tell you how this is going to go. I'm going to stay mostly out of your business after we get things rolling. But all the same, if you ever need anything,
he makes a note of just like,
you can call this number, okay?
he,
Okay.
down
Jeremy
little
actually will
numbers,
step
puts for
up.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeremy will step up and take your
Yep.
number.
hands the number there. He's going to turn on over to everyone
I have you know,
as he kind of turns his attention, looks at everyone.
Tuck was very generous. So, we're not going to let them down, are we?
They all kind of look down and immediately kind of all in unison kind of say, "No, sir."
That's right. So, things at the Bloody Bulls. Imagine it was very different. But I want you to remember something. If you fuck with Tuck, you get fucked. Do you understand me?
They immediately all stand to attention. "Oh, yes, sir."
That's good. So,
They
Don't worry.
immediately actually get like a thing that you could tell has been hammered in their fucking heads for the last day of just like, "You don't fuck with Tuck the fuck or I'll fuck you up."
glad to see you've been informed. Now then,
First thing we were told, sir.
I want to let you know. For your first day, you're going to get comfortable. There's a nice building that you'll be able to match up to whatever needs you think you want. Make yourselves at home. Welcome to Gate 13.
And as you say this, we cut to a mini game.
Let's fucking go!
Yes!
So, hold on. There we go.
Oh, I thought we were
Hold on.
about to play Sims real quick.
Sort of.
Almost.
So, you may or may not, feel free to look around. You may or may not recognize the shape of these buildings throughout the district, because those are actual buildings that are on the map. So, here's how it's gonna happen. I'm gonna need us to I need to finagle just a little bit so I can see chat while moving stuff around, because chat is gonna do things today.
Yes.
So, you should be able to move the bathroom around. All of you.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Even if you're not here, feel free to participate in the
Yeah,
minigame.
yeah.
So, planting the bathroom is. Everyone thinks that the kitchen is the heart of the home, but in fact, it is the bathroom. For without the bathroom, your home is just filth. So, as a result, wherever you decide to plant your bathroom on the map is the building that you're giving the boys.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh, that's
okay.
fantastic.
All right.
So we have decisions to make, people.
Do we
Oh,
get
okay.
any hint as to where these locations are, or do we just have to?
Well, your hint
fucking-
is right there. It's the same shape as it is on the map.
Yeah, there you
Fuck
go.
up, Bren. I swear to God.
All right. Here's our answer. Look at all these fucking windows
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
two of these buildings.
Yeah.
This is a tiny one, but the operation we're running, we don't need much space. So let's plan it right here.
Yeah, I was sort of feeling that one too.
A nightmare X storage point that has no windows and only one door. Lovely.
Yes.
As any growing boy needs.
Yes. No
Poor
worry.
little children yearn for the storage closet.
So I will, as a result, map layer, bap. Here we go. It is now set in stone. This is where they are. This is their
perfect.
house.
That for that.
Beautiful.
I will now turn our attention to here. Chat, now is the time. We will do 6 essentially rolls of this. Because it's time to decorate.
Yes.
Chat. In front of you are 3 boxes. I have a list of 6 items behind that I pre-rolled before stream. Use your psychic powers and decide from which box we're taking.
Oh my
I will now look at chat.
It's a very
And
important.
then our 3 home decorators will simply have to do with what you give them.
Thank God.
I see a 1,
This
I
is-
see a 2, I see a 3.
This is even more important than the gotchas, guys. You
Yeah.
don't understand.
Divided. Oh, 3, 3, 3, 1,
Uh-huh.
3, 3, 2, 1, 3.
Chat, please sense what our growing boys need.
Yeah. Okay, I
Let's know
see.
what
I
our
see that
boys
we're
need.
sensing a lot of 3s. So, Jay, if you would look under the 3 box.
Okay.
Congratulations!
Oh, thank God they have a bed.
Bad.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, let's give him a bed.
All right, you should be able to. Yeah, you should be
Yep.
able to control that.
All right, where's this bed going? Which gives us the most feng shui in the room?
I think we so okay. Well, most people have their beds oriented so they can like see the door, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But we could orient it serial killer style. In the bathroom.
Just in case you like, look, you
Yeah.
face your bed to the heart of the home.
You face your bed to the
Make sure to leave some room for number 2
Yeah.
to get in. There you go.
Yeah, there
And
you
also
go, there you go,
room
there you go,
for you to
perfect.
get out to go number 2 in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
And you
Wonderful,
station
all right.
one boy here who can kind of see the door like a little bit.
So am I putting this on the map layer? Is
Yes.
this-
Yes, this is
yes,
perfect.
All right.
Don't worry.
Ka-chonk.
We'll have the door cover on our next item.
All right. Back to here. Second item out of 6. Chat.
Chat!
Use your psychic powers. Which one? Which item that I've randomly rolled on the entirety of my fucking assets that I make for my maps are you getting for our growing boys?
You guys gonna go vote 3 again? You hacks?
2, 1,
hack frauds?
1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2,
That's what I thought.
2, 3, 2, 2. I see a lot of 2s. I see a lot of
Twos,
2s.
yeah,
Okay,
twos.
yeah, a lot of 2s.
Yep.
All right, that's wonderful. You got a desk.
Oh,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
perfect. Hang
Yeah.
on.
This
Okay.
is so
We do
important
need a
for their
desk, yeah, yeah.
education.
There's such a perfect nook for
There
this
is!
desk.
Oh my god, the
Uh-huh.
learning nook.
Wait, no, it's actually too big.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
perfect.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Wait, no.
We
Yeah,
go like this,
hang on.
and yeah, like that,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly,
There we
like
go.
that. Yeah.
And we just kind of
There you go.
scoot it up a bit more. Yeah.
There you go.
And
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Ka-chonk. As the item gets on the map. Wonderful. Don't worry, I'll place that for you, real quick for the details.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. All right, we got our second item. This is nightmare already. I love it.
I love
Boop.
it was
All right.
always going to be.
Back to this. So second item out of 6. Jack, use your psychic powers. What do our lovely growing boys need?
What do they need?
I believe in you.
In front of you,
Sims.
there are 3 boxes.
The Sims
Three.
buy music is really hitting me good right now.
Hey,
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Oh, I see you're 2 fans now, huh?
Yeah, all right. We're 2 fans.
Two,
Okay.
3. Okay.
Therefore, what comes in front is another bed.
Oh my god, they
fuck
get
yes!
2 beds? But
Oh,
this...
hang on.
What? Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
There seem to be some pillars on either side of this. Can we make this a
bunk
fucking
bed!
queen
Oh.
bunk bed?
Oh my god, you're so smart.
Go.
You're the
Insane.
smartest
You
to
are
ever do
insane.
it.
I know.
Hold on,
I'm
I need to
amazing.
get-
Thank
I
you.
need to get the
You
other
need to
bed.
readjust the layers, yeah.
Back to the token layer. There we go. Okay.
Our growing boys are gonna love this.
They're gonna
Okay.
have the best time. I'm so excited. This is so important for their enrichment.
For their enrichment.
There we go.
Put the
So
first bunk there,
put
and
that
then
here, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
hold on. I need to
And
put that
then-
on top.
yeah, you work it out.
We've got this.
There we go. There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh wait,
Yes!
hang on, I'll even. There we go.
Lovely. All right.
Oh, it's
Map
oh,
layer
it's,
it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, I fucked it up. All right, map layer it is. There we go.
No, just keep working on it, Brendan. It's
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Just have a slight
There.
peek at the bed under while also getting that. It's gonna be great.
It's very important.
This
There.
is beautiful.
Hold on. I got this.
Yeah.
There
I
we go.
gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Queen size bunk
Queen
bed.
size
Oh my
bunk
God.
bed. All right, I get. So that was the third one. Yes, that was the third one.
Yes.
So fourth one, check. Use
Come on,
your
guys.
use your
Another
psychic
fucking
powers.
bed. Let's go.
You've been
Let's
doing
go.
good so far.
One more bed.
What crate are we? What numbered crate are we pilled? 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 3. Oh, very divided.
It seems to be pretty 1 and 3 right now.
3, 1, and 3. 3, 1, and 3.
3, 3,
3,
okay,
3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, 3 is winning. All right. Congratulations. You got a pipe.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank goodness.
Boys need the
I was
fucking
worried
pipe.
that they weren't going to actually have
Important to
connected
have
water.
plumbing.
Now we know that the bathroom's going to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
What does this look like as an accent mark over this? Yeah, that looks okay, but like
I think you know what? No. Here's what we need to do. Put that shit
Yeah.
over the entrance.
oh my god, you're
Because
so right.
what if the boys need to escape and they shoot the pipes and create a smoke screen?
Oh my god, you're so
Where are
There's
they
no other way
escaping
out.
to? There's no other way. No.
They charge them. They charge them and run out the door.
Rush
They know.
them.
Look,
see.
they know
I see,
this
I see, I see.
grounds. They know these grounds that the intruders
Okay,
don't.
so-
This is some Home Alone level bullshit.
Yes.
If ever I've seen one.
I would even suggest flipping it so that it disappears into the dark.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
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 There we go.
Oh my god. It's so perfect.
Yeah. Look at that pipe.
All right, I'll put that on
Gonna
the map.
tag that prop later.
yeah, right?
No!
No! God!
Disappears
No!
into the void. No clips out of existence. Ah, fuck.
All right, that was the 5th one,
Yes.
or was
One
it?
more.
Yes, it was the 5th one. So one
Fourth.
more. All right,
Oh my
chat.
god.
Use your psychic powers.
For the love of God.
Two more. Two more.
Two more.
Oh,
Two
yeah,
more. Okay.
Two more.
Is that 2 more?
Yes.
They
Oh,
have,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
two
You're right.
beds,
You're right.
desk, pipe. They can get a third bed. We have
They
two
can get a
chances.
third bed. We don't know.
They could get a they genuinely could get a third bed.
3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2,
Guys,
One.
come on.
1.
One.
Oh,
It's
we're getting
number
a lot of
one.
ones.
It's gotta be the
Okay, I think
best.
that's
One thing. Yeah.
One thing.
Another
I don't know
bathroom.
why.
Oh my
Yes!
god.
Yes! Yes! Oh, fuck yes! Oh, we have two hearts in this home.
You have 2 parts of this home.
Where does this even? Hold on. Let me try.
Where do we
this.
put this?
Hold on. We got
Oh,
it. We
wait,
got
we
it.
got it. We got it.
We got it. We got it.
Yes! Yes! Wait, no, it doesn't quite look right though.
Oh, it can-
Wait.
We can adjust.
I
it.
think we have to. Yep.
The entrance into this house is an actual bottleneck, guys.
Wait, you're so wait. Actually,
Wait, yeah,
hold the
yeah.
fuck on.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
What?
Uh-huh.
our illicit operation
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
entered through a secret shower exit. That's the pipes! You crawl through the pipes through the window
Oh
to get
my
inside of our
God.
secret entrance.
Oh my god, it's so perfect.
You try to go through the door on the outside,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's bared shut. There's just a wall.
Yeah.
It's it looks like a house, but when you actually try to go to it, you can't get inside unless you're going through the pipes.
God. Hold on.
This
Trying
house
to
is
make
an
it look
actual
any amount of, like, able to fit.
Oh, it's
there we go.
perfect.
Oh my god.
Chat, you have
Map
given
layer.
us
Hold on. I
a
need to-
wonderful
it's
gift this
important
day.
to have. It's important to have. There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright, now last one. Back to the crates we
Chat,
go.
I don't
Chat.
know how you could make this better, but
Another bathroom.
another bathroom.
Which number, chat?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
I should
I don't think Necro OSHA would approve of this. It's a
can I
good
just
thing
say-
nobody's gonna be reporting this.
Can I just say, 3 and 2 we've gotten beds from. We haven't gotten a bed from 1 yet.
Ah, that's,
3, 2, 3, 1, 3. 3, 3. 3, 2, 3, 1. Okay, seems to me like 3 is
I
winning.
feel like
Three's
3.
winning, yeah.
Yeah.
3 is winning.
okay.
Alright. You know, it's a good thing that it's a very good thing that you went for free, because it's something that a lot of people do not, they don't think about
yeah?
it, but
Yeah, yeah.
every house needs a little bit of greenery.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God they could be into botany.
This is my contribution. So, there's options. We could either put it in this nice little corner,
Yeah.
or entrance reception piece.
Oh.
Really, like, class up the area.
Yeah,
Like,
really class things up
welcome-
after you
Yeah.
crawl through a
Welcome.
pipe in the bathroom.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Hi.
Process your claim.
There you go.
Look,
Oh.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
two
put this-
bathrooms because the first bathroom doesn't actually work. It's the second one over here you need to actually use. That's a decoy bathroom.
As I put this on the map, I just want us to take a moment and look at our beautiful, beautiful creation that we made together.
Oh,
I'm never gonna be not proud of that bunk bed.
Take
That
it in, boys.
yeah.
Take it in, boys and ghouls.
Oh, look at
This
this.
absolutely is a Sims house. Yes,
Yes,
it's
it is.
wonderful.
No exit.
What
so
a
I can watch
fucking
them all
nightmare.
starve.
they have
Oh,
no
dear.
kitchen.
They don't need it. This is a workplace.
This-
That's why they have the beds. For their
Oh my
work
God.
naps.
$2,000 rent
Two-
per month.
Oh my God, fucking
It's a
incredible.
luxury
It's a luxury
apartment, thank you.
yes, Yeah.
The luxury of 2 bathrooms and a bunk bed.
Oh my God. Yeah, so we got 2 bathrooms, 1 bunk. What the fuck do you mean by that? 2 bathrooms, 1 bunk. 0 doors. 1 pipe.
Studio in this economy? Well, it sounds like a deal to me.
Oh man, we got 1 shrub.
A little bit of greenery in this windowless room.
Most people in
Let's go
Libra,
try.
most people in Libra would fucking kill for a 1 shrub apartment.
You right. Jesus
Oh
Christ,
my
I
God,
can't believe this.
This is beautiful. Now that's what we call, home decoration.
That's emergent storytelling. Those boys are gonna be crawling through pipes.
They sure are. My
I feel
God.
like this room should be the thumbnail for that.
Fair.
So, are you ready to buy?
Oh my God.
So, at the same, but meanwhile, as the camera runs away from this to far less important stuff, 66B,
Yeah.
you start to catch up. I will focus being you. As you see in front of you, 3 people have assembled.
Oh, whoa. Wild combo of characters, okay.
Now this is a vibe.
Yeah, now this is a fucking vibe. I'm gonna just roll right up.
You roll right up. Okay, so here's my question: did
Yeah.
you leave Owen Booth any? Because you said you sprinted and he was
Yeah.
jogging a light jog, right? So did you leave any distance? Do you want to catch up as they are mid conversation, or do you literally catch up with Owen Booth as he gets here?
I think catching up as he gets here.
Okay, yeah. So basically, hi 66B, wonderful timing.
Oh, do you have
Oh,
news?
yes, absolutely. For I am back with info.
Info, you say?
Indeed, if you remember, I was sent onto the traces of the tracks of that one CEO untrustworthy skeleton dude.
Yes. No,
From Big They!
you had to hold on. The Incosphere.
From the big media sphere.
Oh my word. Okay, carry on. Don't let me interrupt.
Well, it's just as well that you're here, because this information is also for you, but I also needed to ask questions to Ray over here.
Ray kind of looks over, is like, yeah, I heard my name. So what do you need?
Alright, so, 2 things of 1 that I have to report. I followed the guy right back to his HQ of Low Tide Media. And then he left for a different HQ called Warlock Finances
What?
that I did not follow. but I know where it is. It's a big bank. Because I also have money in Warlock Finances.
And this is... Run me through your process. Why is this fascinating to you?
Well, he just was like on the phone and apparently had some urgent appointment. And from what I got from there, as I asked some questions to my own accountant in Warlock Finances, is that he got in actually through the doors by literally the vice CEO of Warlock Finances, Max North.
What? Max North? That name sounds
That
name sounds expensive.
Expensive it is. This is one of the most loaded set of pockets that I've ever fucking seen.
I look over it. I look between Ray and Charlotte, and I'm like, can either of you send a message to Matthias Booth, please?
Right, yeah, Matthias, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can do that real quick. While I do that, why did you need me? I don't think I have any experience with Warlock Finances.
That's right! That's because as I was asking for somebody else to look at through the window, is because I was snooping around Low Tide Media, and you won't believe what I have seen.
Okay, so I guess that's where I come in.
Yes, absolutely. For what I saw is big fucking security, like the biggest shit I've ever seen.
Big security?
Big security. They all had a logo on it, and I looked it up a little bit, but that's all I could find because it's fucking weird. It's weird to find them.
And what did you find, Riveted?
That was their name. It was Warhound Security. So I was like, "You're in security."
He points at Ray.
Maybe you know anything.
It comes to my attention that this is like a big jump in logic that I would know anything, but it just so happens that I do, which is very weird. So I guess you judged me, right? Warhound Security is, well, used to be at least a pretty big deal. They were one of the main rival mercenary companies of the Watchers for a while, until they kind of just stopped operating altogether on the wall, like not long ago at all, actually.
Have they turned their business private?
Well, that is pretty much what the hierarchy and the Watchers have said. Let me ask a guy. He sends the message to Bench to. I'll make a phone call real quick. Hold on. And he just gets slightly to the side and calls somebody. As sort of like Owen Booth immediately.
Yes, I knew it. Booth's nose never fails.
Looks at absence of nose.
I am actually quite curious. You said Low Tide Media?
Yes, this guy, Leon Smith, is his name. He's the CEO of Low Tide Media.
That's... Things continue to become stranger and stranger. She just sort of starts musing to herself.
Are you familiar?
Not with the name. Not this name. I have been made, quite aware of, if you remember the other day, Peter Moss, the CEO of Life Fuel Media, coming by?
Yes.
Well, I keep getting calls, by the way, more and more actually, but I have been instructed to kind of ignore it, so this is what I've been doing. However, it weighs on my soul.
Yes.
Cannot have a moment of peace anymore.
I've recently discovered that peace is rather important. That is incredibly frustrating. Do you want me to handle it?
Oh, if you could be my knight in shining armor.
Yes. Yes, I will follow my knightly code about this.
However, I suppose what I should point out is that I was actually quite confused as to why Peter Moss, of all people, would come in as not the CEO of Low Tide Media.
Oh?
Because that's where I know that name from.
What?
It's confusing. She like puts like a finger to like her cheek, sort of, and kind of like looks up to the sky. It's very confusing, isn't it? I've been quite aware of the industry for quite some time, and Low Tide Media was always sort of the thing to look up to when it came to marketing for any sort of concerts or whatever. Owen Booth immediately,
PAH! Big media, no shit, you should go for indie!
she kind of like, well, I suppose that I don't really have a choice anymore. But that's what's strange is for years I always saw that name, Peter Moss, quite a fashionable fellow. I suppose this is why I stayed in my mind from all the photographs. And I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be the CEO of Low Tide Media.
And
So I was confused when he came to me as representative of a different company.
was there ever any official announcement of a change of role?
Well, to be fair, I haven't paid much attention. I suppose that if some movement of that kind, it would be somewhat easy to find on the internet, I suppose.
Yes, keeping your head clear of the corposphere is entirely justifiable. However, we have a truth seeker right here.
That's right, I am a truth seeker!
He fucking immediately like gets over here. He literally just make a step backwards, turns around, gets on his phone, and you hear the incredible speed of a clicky-clacky of his bony fingers on his smartphone.
If I was operating on my base assumption, perhaps he was ousted from his position, which is why he is so fixated on getting you to be a part of his media empire. With you on his side, he could likely rise meteorically, casting down those that would have ousted him from his regal position as a member of yes, hi, hello.
Yeah, I finished the call. So, if Leon Smith, I suppose, ousted our vampire dude, then he's been pretty fucking busy. So, from what my guy over at the Northern Wall, that's where Warhound Security used to operate. From what he says over there is that they got bought out.
Really? By who?
Yeah. I don't know. I assume Leon Smith.
So Leon Smith suddenly came into a lot of money, is making ties to Warlock finances, and... Interesting.
I am back with information. He goes, it was ousted by Leon Smith.
Fucking waves the forward in where your face would be.
Hostile takeover. Absolute madness.
Was it done with the assistance of a paramilitary group, or was this a hostile takeover through big capital, large money bucks?
It was... he was bought out. And essentially ousted that way.
So, via a large influx of capital suddenly. Interesting. And based on what we know about his ties to Warlock finances, perhaps it is them making the bid, with Leon acting as a puppet.
You know what? Because you set your hound, Leon Owen Booth, on that Leon guy. Let me give a roll to Owen Booth.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, no, that's everything continues. Please continue.
Yeah, of course. Oh, B plus in chat.
Oh.
You hear the distant voice of a bee in your head. When did the takeover happen?
When exactly did this takeover occur?
You're asking Owen or
Owen, yeah.
Ray? Owen. clicky clicky clacky of bony fingers.
It was around 4 months ago.
4 months ago. And Ray, when were they bought out?
That would have been like 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Fascinating. So they made an effort to secure themselves a paramilitary organization first. Very interesting.
Yeah, no. Honestly, when you're saying big capital, the amount of money to buy out something like Warhound Security, while it wouldn't be as much as the Watchers now, you still have to kind of rival the city council in terms of advantages.
So, the money can only necessarily be coming from one place. They sort of like scratch their chin thinking about this. Very well. That's exceptionally interesting information. How casually could one set up a meeting with the vice president of Warlock Finances?
Ooh, fucking Ray immediately kind of tries to consider that. And interestingly enough, it's Charlotte who speaks up. And she kind of goes, well, unfortunately, arranging a meeting of the minds in such high places is quite difficult. However, we just happen to vaguely know somebody who has the ear of such a vice CEO. If I remember correctly, our very own The Event caught the eye of this low-tide media fella.
Yes. Yes. That seems like a great path in. I am so curious what they are doing in our humble little district. But at the very least, we now understand the rather frantic nature that they are using to approach you, Charlotte. They, after being hostilely outed, he is likely looking for any means of regaining his former popularity.
I suppose so, although it was always considered to be quite the honor to be approached by low-tide media. I must admit that I would have preferred it to not be quite like this.
66B thinking about this, sort of nods. I will leave this to my associates to come to a decision overall. Thank you very much for sharing with me your information, and thank you for pursuing the truth. They say.
Of course! I will always pursue the big truth that the big leagues give from us. Now, if you don't mind, now that my mission is over, I have a stream to get back to.
Yes.
I must get back in those catacombs.
Of course! And...
Wonderful! I'll see you later! He goes over here, takes out a grappling hook, and rappels down.
Owen Booth. And then,
that's just gonna stay there, isn't it? That's just gonna stay there. No one's gonna. Do you need help?
Could you please bring that down?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He unhooks the grappling hook and throws it down.
Ow! Thank you.
66B is going to laugh and then cut the music.
Oh yeah, hold
on. They lean over to Ray Whitehouse. That man has professional training. Likely a commando, assassin, or something else. Please keep an eye on him.
Excuse me? And we're gonna cut away.
Jay, what the fuck?
Meanwhile, Dr. Bench.
Okay.
Your phone rings.
Ping me.
Right now we're just doing.
Oh,
theater
we're
of
in the
mind
dark.
for now.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I pick up my phone.
You pick up the phone, and what you get on the other side is...
Why, hello, is Edward Nash speaking?
Oh, Mr. Nash, yes.
Yeah, so I called because I finished the thing that you asked me to do.
Oh, of course. Any
Like
luck?
they're like.
So I'm gonna give you a moment here because, like, you know, he's being very loud over the phone, and B and the boys are right next to you. He's about to just say what you ask him to do.
Okay. I'll step aside really quick. I mean, I usually try to do my little step aside when I pick up, so I'm sure I start
Gotcha,
moving
okay.
away as soon
No
as
problem,
I pick
no
up.
problem.
Yeah.
And so I will not. Yeah, you want to roll for that?
Hang on.
Sure.
There it is. I can.
16 wad.
You gotta beat a 16.
16 wild.
Yeah, we'll just roll wild. Why the fuck not? Fucking.
So this will not be revealed. However, you are essentially... He goes,
Yes, we'll finish that. If you want to like sample it or something, I can show it to you. But yeah, just want to tell you it's ready.
Thank you very much. All right, I'll be by once I finish this walk.
Okay.
it fucking clicks.
Okay, thank you.
So, I will get us back to... Oh, you know what? I know where to get us. Hold on. It might need a little bit to set up, but I know where we should be, because we just finished decorating, so all of you should be over there.
Oh no!
But don't worry,
Yes.
you're not going to be inside. You're going to be on the outside of the thing. This is how you get to, like... This is how I tell you where it is in the district.
Oh god.
It
Please
is-
explain this building to these people.
Mm-hmm. Just making sure that I got my stuff right. Oh, I'm in the dark myself.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! I fucking lost myself in my own maps. Oh.
It's scary in here.
There we go. Proof party here, and focus ping. Here we are. It's this building. I pinged the door.
Oh my god. Oh
they are
my
right
god.
next to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My god.
I was hoping they'd be right next to Charlotte.
Oh. It's
Well,
literally in
thank you for the
alleyway.
building, boss.
Of course.
He's gonna look inside.
Now, there are a few things that were special about this building, and I'd like you to consider it.
Okay.
First off, go try the door.
Jeremy goes to try the door, opens the door. That's a wall, boss.
That's right.
He's going to turn his attention on over to the boys.
This building was condemned because it lacked a number of safety features.
Including an entrance and exit.
It was attempted to be remodeled, and in the process of that, the exterior was not excessively remodeled as well yet. A number of the pipes are empty here, and many of them do not have nectar running through them.
He's going to turn his attention to all of these.
Let me be clear. You are not living here. This is a place of work. There are plenty of other buildings in the district where you can find a home. But
He turns over here as he
do you see those pipes coming from the second floor?
They all look up, sort of like the bottom of like the flooring on the top floor. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
They go into the building. They've been hollowed out.
he turns to all of them.
This is where you work. It is probably the most distinct hidden building in the district. It is also right next
Oh.
to Charlotte. She's a wonderful lady.
And you're all going to show her the correct amount of respect.
This is true.
They all stand to attention. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Also,
As-
I really hope you guys aren't claustrophobic.
So,
He's going to turn on over as he reaches over into. You see this long box here? He swiftly reads inside and pulls out a sledgehammer and then places it on the ground.
we are going to move into this building. obviously we cannot fit furniture into pipes. So,
He turns his attention on over.
Riley,
Riley, was up? Yeah, boss.
it's time for the muscle. We're going to smash
okay.
this wall in.
I open the door
okay.
and had the wall there.
Oh, okay. He
Don't
grabs
worry.
the sledgehammer and I'll start working then, boss.
It's only a little stronger than drywall. It should be fine.
He turns his attention over.
Boys,
They stand at attention.
it's time to get comfy.
He
Grab yourselves anything you'd like for your work.
he
Oh,
and he
Okay, they
says,
start to go to the crates next to you.
yeah. He steps over here.
There should be a bed assembly within here. It would be a bit more work, but
They start looking through, and I sort of like turn over and tip my hat over at Jeremy and kind of like usher him over this way.
Yeah, he will follow. All right. Okay. Yeah. Make sure to. Hey. Yeah. Riley. Make sure to fucking finish the work. Good. We don't want to, like, rubble. Try to fucking clear it out before we move anything in. Okay. Hi, boss.
I gesture to the bench. Bench
Oh.
on a bench.
He sits down nervously.
Yeah. I wait a second as I sort of.
your first time in a leadership position?
Oh God. Is that what this is? Am I the leader now?
Breathe.
He kind of considers.
Well, it's up to them to decide that. And at the moment, though, you're who I talk to. So I'm treating you like their leader.
Oh shit. Okay.
He considers.
Don't be so afraid. Just keep them alive and under control and keep them safe. I am not as
That's
scary as
sir.
Tuck.
He kind of pats his shoulder as
I want you to get comfortable, get them organized. I'm going to come on by later with a couple of people that are going to be assisting with this operation.
There we go. Chat, can you hear us?
Can you hear
Chat,
us?
say
Can you
something.
Are we back?
Is there anything? Please.
Is there anything? Are we back?
We're alive?
Are we alive?
This is an excellent question. Hello.
It's not good?
It's not good. Oof, we can hear you. Oof.
Oh, it's doing a spinny for me now.
Oh
Hmm.
my god, we're
Oh,
back.
we
with
were
the
back
froze
with
again.
froze again. This is rough.
Oh.
Heart died again. Okay, Jesus.
Yeah,
Is Twitch having a problem then? That's
Yeah,
Hang
it's
on,
not my
hang on,
internet
hang on.
connection. Weird. Okay.
That's unfortunate. Let's see if I try to look at a different stream. Different stream seems fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is working normal for me.
Hmm.
Not an issue with my connection.
Ah.
Not an
Oh
issue-
no, okay, it's dropping now.
Hmm.
Stuttering a lot.
Hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see how it's stuttering a lot. Yeah. Ooh, weird.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shit.
Guess who? Well, that's very unfortunate. We might have to call it early today then, if that's not.
Yeah, I'm
If
trying to
that's not
think of
going good.
things I can do. I think it's Twitch as a whole, says, yeah, Galactic Gizmo.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
That would be unfortunate.
We ain't even gotten any ticks. fuck?